Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime and go time. Episode number 338 live here at the late night place to be in, the most must-see show on Twitch TV. We are the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. We are the Archiverse TV. Welcome to the Archiverse War Zone. And, of course, we are continuing that road to the Archiverse No Surrender, which is just a little less than 4 weeks away now. The next big stream preview of 2022, and, of course, the next big stream preview for the Archiverse 3.0, the second to be exact. We just came out of the single best stream preview in the Archiverse history in WCW Bash at the Beach. And by the way, that was our second annual WCW Bash at the Beach. And it was an absolute firestorm, a whirlwind, a thrill ride. And we are headed toward another in the Archiverse No Surrender. It is going to be an epic evening of action. And of course, we're going to see Starrcade going head-to-head with the Archiverse War Zone. Championship matches, contendership matches, bragging rights, supremacy. It is going to be a great evening of non-stop professional wrestling action. And of course, tonight, we have one hell of a card for you tonight. We've got 4 championship matches tonight. 8 matches on the main card. We have a dark match main event. We, of course, have Elijah Archer stepping into a cage, 4 sides of steel, with Andre the Giant and Yokozuna. And, of course, we have much more going on. But before we get to any of that, we, of course, have business to tend to as per normal. We've got some dirt sheets to have a look at, see what's going on, what is new and exciting in the new world of pro wrestling. Of course, we know that right now the Money in the Bank pay-per-view is actively commencing as we speak. I did actually watch a little bit of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. What I saw was not too bad, actually. I mean, I would have made a few different choices here and there. I think we all know I was going to say something like that. We will discuss that at a different time, though, because we're not going to have any spoilers for those that are either still watching it as they watch this or are planning to watch it later this evening or tomorrow, so we're not going to have any spoilers. We'll discuss that tomorrow or perhaps Tuesday, depending. But we do have some dirt sheets to look at, and, of course, I do have a list this evening for Between the Ropes. One Woozy TV may or may not be joining us this evening. He is watching the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and he wasn't sure what was going on after that. And I'm not sure what the Great Glorola is doing at this moment. I believe he is resting, taking care of some business outside of the Archiverse. But I am going to run down the list tonight. I do have an excellent list. The top 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. We're going to have a look at that. But before we get there, of course, we're going to have a look at the dirt sheets, because there is a little bit of news and rumors that's been circulating, aside from, of course, the trending Money in the Bank pay-per-view. 1231 Girly Girl. What's going on? What's doing exciting? Welcome on in. Welcome to episode number 338. And today, 1231 Girly Girl is Stone Cold. Well, you could do a lot worse than Stone Cold Steve Austin, I suppose. Speaking of which, I haven't seen who I have the pleasure of getting today. May as well check that out right now. Alright, let's see what I get. And apparently I'm Stone Cold too. So, 1231 Girly Girl, you and I are both Stone Cold this evening. That is very interesting. We are definitely Stone Cold. The most amusing thing was the other night I actually got Elijah Archer. I thought that was pretty funny. But, so yeah, welcome on in. We're just about to have a look at some dirt sheets and see what's going on in the news and rumors section. We've got some news on Bayley's WWE return. Let's have a little look at that. It's an article by Wrestling Inc. and, of course, by Robert Gagne. So one of WWE's top stars is preparing for an in-ring return, according to a new update. Fightful indicates that WWE sources have confirmed that the hugger-turned-heel Bayley is preparing to return to in-ring competition. The former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion has been teasing her return for months on social media, with her most recent Instagram post being a photo of her hugging the Money in the Bank briefcase. Bayley successfully won the briefcase in 2019 and ended up cashing it in on the exact same night, defeating Charlotte Flair to become the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. The report confirms that she has been in the ring working on a return, though she had not flown into Las Vegas as of Friday night to be backstage for SmackDown. That means she could, however, fly in sometime today, like other members of the roster are scheduled to. It is also possible she will be kept a secret until the moment of her return, similar to how Cody Rhodes was treated when he came back at WrestleMania 38 this past April. Bayley's been out of action for nearly a year, dealing with a torn ACL, which she suffered in July 2021 while training at the Performance Center. Her last televised match took place in June that year, an intergender tag match where she teamed with Seth Rollins to defeat Bianca Belair and Cesaro. She was feuding with Belair at the time of her injury, so it will be interesting to see if they pick that feud back up when she officially makes it back. So that's interesting. Looks like Bayley is on her way back. It'll be interesting to see if she picks up the heel gimmick again or if she runs with the hugger gimmick. I mean, she might evolve into something completely different. She might have repackaged herself. Who knows? We shall see. Either way, it looks like she's making her way back. Let's see here. Backstage news on WWE reaction to Castagnoli's signing with AEW. Let's have a look at that. Again, Wrestling Inc. Boss Apollo! What's going on, Boss Apollo? What's new and exciting? Welcome to episode number 338, Boss Apollo. The Archivers War Zone is going to be off the hook tonight. What's new and exciting, though? What's going on in Bossville? Boss, if you're not doing anything and you want to join the broadcast, feel free. I'm actually running solo tonight, at least at the moment anyways. So this article was by Dominic D'Angelo. So some of the talent backstage at WWE were shocked that Claudio Castagnoli signed the dotted line with AEW, according to Dave Meltzer. According to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Castagnoli was likely offered a sizable amount of money to re-sign with WWE, and that Tony Khan either matched or topped that offer. This report surprised the locker room, as it was believed AEW is no longer offering contracts of that size, and Khan has said that he's been a fan of Castagnoli's work both in and out of the ring. The Swiss Superman, who is 41, was Zack Sabre Jr.'s mystery opponent at AEW versus New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door, handpicked by Bryan Danielson after the American Dragon's injury forced him off the card. Castagnoli got the win and continued to add to his numbers by getting the cage match victory at Blood and Guts this past Wednesday. In his debut, Castagnoli was immediately positioned as a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, so he fit right into the main event on AEW Dynamite, despite having plenty of past tension with Eddie Kingston. Tension that played directly into the match's finish. At the post-Forbidden Door media scrum Sunday evening, Khan mentioned that he first contacted Castagnoli on June 2nd. He managed to sign him before he told any of the roster. The first talent to hear about Castagnoli being signed was Danielson, who Khan had suggested Castagnoli be his replacement in the Forbidden Door match against Sabre Jr. before even knowing that Castagnoli was part of the company. Also during the media scrum, Castagnoli mentioned how excited he was to be in AEW and that he feels like a kid in the candy store. This is my first night here and I feel like I've been here for years, he said. It just fits. It's awesome. But I mean, they always say that, right? Their first jaunt in any promotion, they always say things like that. It's how things unfold after that, how they get pushed, how they get treated, how they feel they're responded to in the locker room. I mean, things unfold very quickly eventually, right? It doesn't matter where you are. Boss Opponent says, pretty good. Have to open for my job in the morning. Nice. What time do you got to start work? Is that 5 a.m.? You got to be to work at 5 a.m., boss? So another Wrestling Inc. article by Robert Gagne. This is a title changes hands at Impact against all odds. Life is great. What's going on? Welcome to episode number 338. So after last night's Impact Against All Odds event, one title is spending the weekend with a new owner. Brian Myers was able to successfully capture the Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship by defeating Rich Swann in a dot combat match on the Impact Plus special pre-show. Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship. That's interesting. But anyways, I won't even touch base on that. I will leave that alone. We have a show to get to at some point. I will go on about that for hours. Anyways, Swann, Myers, and former digital media... that just sounds so weird. Digital media champion. But anyways, Matt Cardona... Oddly enough, he had an internet championship when he was with WWE, right? So that's kind of funny. Yo, Distinct Cone, the VIP of the Army in the house. What's going on? Welcome to episode number 338 DC. And Boss Apollo confirmed 5 a.m. The ungodly hours is his to open. So Matt Cardona... and Myers and former digital media champion Matt Cardona have been trading the title since late May as their feud continues. Last night's match between Swann and Myers was under no disqualification, no countout rules, and both men were happy to use computer-related objects as weapons in the battle. Of course they were. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I'm doing good, DC. Just running through some dirt sheets, and then we're going to get the show on the go, get the first couple matches underway, and I have a fantastic list to run down tonight. Woozy is not here at the moment, or maybe at all tonight, and I'm not sure what the Great Global is up to, but we have a segment to get underway between the ropes, and I'm going to run down a great top 10 list, the greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history, and we're going to get to that in just a little while. I'm just wrapping up the dirt sheets, seeing what's going on in the news and rumors in pro wrestling. But how was your day? What's going on? What's new and exciting? Anything? So the finish of the match saw Myers hit Swann with the roster cut, a running lariat, and a computer keyboard for the 3 count. Lovely. It's likely we see another match or two between the former and current digital media champion in the coming weeks, seeing as they've been exchanging victories. This Thursday's tapings of Impact Wrestling will be held in Atlanta, Georgia at the Center Stage, the same venue that Against All Odds took place. The only match currently scheduled is an open challenge, the X Division champion from the reigning title holder, Speedball Mikey Bailey. And that's about all there is for that. Looks like a top ROH star is making an AEW Rampage in-ring debut next week. I mean, is that really something to boast about? I don't know if that's something to boast about, really. Is it? I mean, a top, right? ROH, Ring of Honor Wrestling, we all know what that is, right? One of the greatest independent promotions of all time. Top ROH star making his in-ring debut in AEW Rampage. I mean, that's That's, in my opinion, that's a step backwards. But your dad's. My day was bad. Sorry, I almost said dad. My day was bad, but that's life. What made the day so bad? 5-7-4 for DC. So let's have a look and see who this top ROH star is. Another article by Wrestling Inc. by Robert Gudye again, nonetheless. So ever since Tony Khan's purchase of Ring of Honor this past March, fans have been clamoring to see the ROH World Champion Jonathan Gresham competing regularly on television. That hasn't been the case, unfortunately, as he has only appeared under the ROH AEW banner twice since the announcement was made. He first successfully established himself as the undisputed ROH World Champion in a match against Bandito at ROH Supercard of Honor 15, the first ROH event following Tony Khan's acquisition. On April 15th, he made his AEW in-ring debut when he competed at the Battle of the Belts 2 against the flamboyant Dalton Castle. Gresham managed to hold on to his ROH World title on that occasion as well. Now, after 2 months of off of AEW television, Gresham will return to the promotion to make his in-ring debut on July 8th, AEW Rampage. The Octopus is scheduled to team up with Lee Moriarty to face Conan Toa of the Gates of Agony, and in a backstage interview, Gresham made it clear that his intention going into the match is to prove that he's the best technical wrestler in the world. DC says, no, we don't go into that. I'm not here to ruin a good time. Okay, fair enough. If it's not something that is of interest, for you anyways to discuss, then we will just leave that one alone. Gresham made it clear he wants to prove he's the best technical wrestler in the world. Despite being away from the AEW cameras, Gresham has been keeping himself busy on the independent circuit, winning matches over opponents like Kevin Blackwood, Tristan Archer, Invictus Cash, and several others. He was also spotted at last month's Impact Slammiversary pay-per-view to celebrate his wife, Jordan Grace, winning the Impact Knockouts World Championship. At this point, Gresham and Moriarty versus Count and Leona is the only match announced for the July 8th AEW Rampage. Ring of Honor's first pay-per-view since April, Death Before Dishonor, is scheduled for July 23rd, 2022 at Song Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, or Lowell, Massachusetts, however you say that. Max Dupree reveals Maxima male model on WWE SmackDown. Alright, there we go. Let me open the... It wasn't letting me open the article at first. Today Life is Great is John Cena. Glenola is Christian Hart. Alright, I'm sorry, Glenola, but I gotta laugh at that one. Yeah, you are Christian Hart. Life is Great as I'm half here. We're fucking around with fireworks. Nice. Yeah, I guess it's getting close to July 4th for you guys. Independence Day is what, Monday? Is that correct? I believe it is. What's today's date? I don't even know what the date is, actually. I think today is the 2nd, I believe, right? So yeah, so July 4th. So you guys have a holiday. This is like, now do you guys celebrate all weekend long? And hopefully some of you booked the following day off. Hopefully some of you booked that following day off. That can always be rough after a holiday like that. Alright, so Max Dupree reveals maximum male models on WWE SmackDown segment set for next week. And it's another Wrestling Inc. Robert Gagne. Last night's episode of WWE SmackDown featured several memorable moments, like Madcap Moss defeating Happy Corbin to earn his way into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the interpromotional 6-woman tag match that saw Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Liv Morgan defeat Lacey Evans, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shotzi. Perhaps the biggest news topic coming out of the last night's episode of the Blue Brand is the debut of Max Dupree's Maximum Male models, Mace and Mansoor, now pronounced as Mansoor and Mace, in their model personas, reappeared as two men under the management of Max Dupree, formerly LA Knight. Both men came out onto the SmackDown stage and posed for the cameras as Dupree explained that their goal was to titillate the juices of WWE's fans' guilty pleasures. It was also announced that the models will unveil their 2022 tennis wear collection on next week's episode of the show. This is currently the only announced segment for the post-Money in the Bank edition of SmackDown, but we'll keep you updated as more of the card is revealed. It's likely the feud between Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin will continue in the coming weeks. Last night the show closed with McAfee laughing at Corbin because Madcap defeated him and three other men in the Money in the Bank qualifier. McAfee challenged Corbin to a SummerSlam match last month, but we still have yet to hear a direct response from the former United States champion. Dupree has been managing Mansoor and Mace in dark matches leading up to last night's debut. The group was first mentioned on May 20th edition of SmackDown. However, due to reasons cited like improper lighting and WWE failing to meet locker room requirements, Dupree held off the debut until this week. And I'm a big Max Dupree fan. I don't know why they changed his name from LA Knight. I liked the LA Knight name, but it is what it is. That is not funny, Glenn. How dare you stir the pot already? We haven't started the show. We are not going to sit and assume that Archer is just simply going to be squashed by Andre and Yokozuna. I mean, you never know. Miracles do happen. Miracles do happen. Anyways, Glenola, I have a fantastic list tonight. 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. Technical wrestlers. So it should be very interesting. And we're going to get to that in just a little bit. Let's see what else is on the dirt sheets here. Miro comments on Lana possibly joining him in AEW. Wrestling Inc. Matthew Wilkinson. From the moment that Miro debuted in AEW, fans have been questioning when Lana would be joining him, and the former TNT champion told What Culture Wrestling that you never know. Lana is currently really focused on other projects such as Popular Website, which brought in almost $20,000 worth of subscriptions in the first 24 hours. She's also been working in the movie business, which has been seen her star alongside Bruce Willis in the past, and because of that, she's really, really busy. I think me and CJ, aka Lana, have always been money since the beginning. He said we've done this everywhere. We've gone from reality shows to other professional wrestling television shows, even dropped the mic where we've even done rapping shows and stuff like that. The duo always proved to be a hit during their time together in WWE, with their partnership initially beginning in the WWE NXT and then continuing on the main roster, while they had times working apart as well, most notably during the storyline when Lana married Bobby Lashley. They were predominantly shown as an on-screen pair. I know this this always works, but in my mind, the Redeemer's mind, his wife is always there, so it's a no-brainer for my gorgeous wife to join my team eventually, he teased. Lana was initially released by WWE back in June 2021 alongside several other WWE superstars, and since that point she has not been involved in the wrestling business. Her last match took place when working for WWE on an episode of Raw, where she teamed up with Naomi in a losing effort against Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. She had originally been announced to be returning to action for the debut show of the new West promotion, which was set to have an event in Nottingham, England at the start of June. Lana was expected to be going one-on-one with another former WWE superstar, Nia Jax, but that event ended up being postponed to July 9th. Lana is no longer on the advertisement for the show, with Jax now set to face a mystery opponent. And if you use any quotes in this article, which we are not going to do, and I don't need to read that. Joe Link's in the house. What's going on, Joe Link? Welcome to episode number 338, my friend. We're just about to get things rocking and rolling. Get the first match of the night started. The Archivers War Zone, 338 live. And, of course, we'll go over our list for Between the Ropes. The 10 best technical wrestlers in WWE history. We're getting there in just a few moments. Alright, let's see here. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of extra news and rumors going on in the world of pro wrestling. Was WWE aware of Brian Kendrick's previous controversial comments? Interesting, I didn't hear anything about Brian Kendrick's controversial comments. Glenola says, so if it's par for the course, number one will be CM Punk. And I see the great Glenola has already opened the betting lines for the entirety of the show, so make sure you do not spend your Archiverse bucks on opening betting lines. They have been open for you by the great Glenola. Alright, so Brian Kendrick's opportunity with AEW was taken away from him earlier this year due to his controversial comments regarding 9/11, the Holocaust, and Sandy Hook school shooting conspiracies. But was WWE aware of what he said? Kendrick was originally supposed to appear on AEW Dynamite against Jon Moxley on the February 2nd episode, but when those previous comments resurfaced online, AEW President Tony Khan pulled him from the show, claiming there is no room in AEW for the views expressed by Brian. But the High Spots interview took place before this most recent stint with WWE, and Kendrick recently told KNS WrestleFest that WWE had already... Hey, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Not much. I don't think I'll be here late, but...
The great Glenola making his presence known. Snuck right in there, he did. Right through the back door in the middle of an article. How about that? But yeah, welcome in. Well, episode number 338 tonight. And of course, tomorrow night we have a very special show. We'll talk about that in just a little while. But it's going to be an absolutely fire evening tomorrow night. You don't want to miss tonight or tomorrow. You don't want to miss any night, I suppose. But if there was any night you don't want to miss, tomorrow night is going to be a great evening. It's going to be a lot of fun with a lot of great people. A celebration, if you will. Okay, so... High Spots interview took place before that. We already read that. Clearly they saw no issue as they ended up signing him when he returned in 2016. They talked to me, don't talk about conspiracy theories, he revealed. Yeah, sure, not a problem. That was it. Never talked about them again, and they were fine to re-sign me. With any potential future working with AEW now being squashed, Kendrick was asked about his possible return to working for WWE, which he doesn't see happening. But he doesn't believe it's a matter of them not wanting to deal with any of the backlash. In regards to the interview that has since become well known amongst fans, I asked for my release, they gave it to me. Now you want me to come crawling back? Well, yeah, I don't see them wanting me to come back anytime soon. They were insulted, I would imagine, in some respect, he said, but the truth is I wanted to wrestle and I wasn't given that opportunity anymore in WWE. Kendrick requested his release back in January of this year despite being previously announced for a match on NXT 2.0 against Harland. He had been predominantly working behind the scenes for the company at that point in a producer-coach role for both NXT 2.0 and 205 Live. Since he left WWE, Kendrick has only competed in one wrestling match for Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling, where he defeated VSK, and it is unknown what the future holds from him as far as in-ring work. Although, it doesn't even go on to say what those controversial statements were, so I guess I'm just going to have to look that up later. But aside from that, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of additional information in the dirt sheets. And of course, as you know, Money in the Bank is going on right now, so until that is concluded, there won't be any real additional information, at least that isn't spoilers up to this point. So we're not going to be doing any of that. We'll worry about Money in the Bank on either tomorrow night or maybe Tuesday night, depending. We'll get a general consensus of who has watched Money in the Bank and who has not. We don't like to really give spoilers on the show, so. But that said, I think it is time to get the show on the go. Episode number 338 live. The Archiver's War Zone. Again, we're going to recommence that road to the Archiver's No Surrender. And it is going to be an absolute fire show. We have 8 matches. Main card, a dark match main event, 4 championship matches, and of course 4 sides of steel that are going to be put up later tonight to try and contain Elijah Archer, Andre the Giant, and Yokozuna. It is going to be an absolutely fire evening, so don't adjust your set. Don't take too long in the bathroom. Do not shake it more than twice, or we'll know something is up. But, Glenola, are you ready?
Oh yeah, and as for that cage match tonight, well, I think the 4 sides of steel are there more to protect the audience.
I would, yeah, you're
getting blasted out of his head. And
you're probably right. It's going to be a brutal matchup. I hope, well, first of all, I hope Archer is prepared for this match because those are 2 behemoths that he's going to be locked in there with, and he's going to need to use every last little bit of in-ring knowledge, speed, agility. I don't even know what he's going to do because it's not like he can just climb up over the cage and run. He has to try and beat one of them. He isn't leaving unless he gets squashed or he beats one of them. It's going to be very interesting, but it's going to be a great night, period. It is a really good night of action tonight in the ring for the final show of the week, as well, except for tomorrow night's special show, and of course we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Right now we're going to get into the Archiver's War Zone, get the first match of the evening underway. I'll get the betting lines open, and of course we will get to the list of the evening. Would you like me to send you the list?
No, I'll let you. I'm here to help tear it apart, but I'm going to let you read this one.
Sounds good, okay. So I'm going to get that going here in just a moment, but before we do, let's get the show on the go. Episode number 338 live, let's go! And here we go. Episode number 338 live, the Archivers War Zone. We are going to continue that road to no surrender, and we are going to see some rising and raging rivalries, fiery feuds. Again, we got 4 championship matches tonight, and the dark match main event is going to be very interesting and intriguing. Again, we have Elijah Archer, the one, stepping inside 4 sides of steel with Yokozuna and Andre the Giant, and the only way to win that match is by pinfall, submission, or knockout. You cannot escape the cage by climbing up over the wall. You cannot have the referee unlock the door and walk through the door. You must pin, submit, or knock out either Yokozuna, Andre the Giant, or of course one of them knocking out the one Elijah Archer. Either way, one hell of a battle for Archer tonight. I mean, he is really trying to climb his way back to the ranks, but he keeps going. It's almost like he's going backwards, Glenola. I don't know. You know, he wins a match and somehow takes 2 steps backwards. It's crazy. Crazy what's going on with whatever it is. I don't know if he's pissed somebody off in management or what it is that's going on. But there's definitely something up in the woodworks that we're not aware of because interesting situation.
It has to be that he pissed.
I don't know.
Somebody got pissed off. I don't know.
But one of the only
pissed him off, or who?
I don't know. Or well, it might not. That's the thing. It might not. It could be just backlash. Archer's like he's just caught in the crossfire type of thing. He's collateral damage to. You know who it is? It's that damn Kevin Sammartino. He is just pissing everybody off. But you know, even Ironman. I mean, Ironman for years thought that Archer was uncontainable. This Sammartino, I mean, he makes Archer look like a saint, and that is just ridiculous. By the way, that is just ridiculous to even say. But yeah, interesting situation though. Almost as interesting as the whole situation between Tables and the Wolfpack. And what do you think about that? I mean, that rivalry still clearly not over, or at least seemingly not over, even though Tables with a very convincing win the other night over the Wolfman Alan Severn.
That was a hell of a match.
Wow, right?
I give it to Tables on that match.
No kidding. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. I mean, out for blood. I mean, they really gave it to each other. And how they made it. I mean, they pounded each other. I mean, it was a battle. It was no wrestling match. It was a brawl. It was an all-out fight. There might have been a wrestling move or 2 in there, but that was about as close to a street fight as you could possibly get. And that was a very lengthy. I mean, they battled for control, and neither one of them was willing to give up. They were, I mean, counter after counters, reversals, and oh my God, it was a good match.
Well, yeah, that's one thing. Tables, I have not seen a bad match with Tables.
No, I mean, I have to admit I haven't either.
Yeah.
But anyways, first match of the night tonight is Rick Boogs versus the Iceman Christian Hart from Team Christian Cool. Rick Boogs, of course, was just recently signed by the Archerverse, making his in-ring debut. Decided he wanted a crack at the United States Champion. And, of course, the United States Champion graciously accepted. Non-title, of course. The title is not on the line. Boogs simply looking for competitive nature here and looking to impress the masses as he makes his in-ring debut here on the Archerverse War Zone.
And Christian Hart's just looking for boobs.
Looking for boobs. And he got Boogs instead. But I will get the betting line for that open in just one moment, so give me a moment. And then, of course, we'll get into our top 10 list. 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. All right.
Hurry back, Cone.
All right, here we go. Whoop, I don't want that. What am I doing? I went to go to the open the bag lines and went to edit stream info. That is incorrect.
Yeah, that may not be the right button.
No, it was not. All right, here we go. Opening the betting lines. Who's walking out with the W?
Oh, who knows? If you did that on there, it might draw some extra viewers.
Hart or Boogs?
You know, who walks out? Hart or Boobs? Oh.
Oh, there we go. 5 minutes to make your bets. The betting lines are officially open. So it is showtime and go time for matchup number 1, and this is a submission match, as requested by Team Christian Cool. Had no problem stepping into the ring with the debut of Mr. Rick Boogs, but the one stipulation was make it a submission match. That was, of course, granted. So here we go. Rick Boogs in his debut match here on the Archivers War Zone versus the Iceman. Christian Hart, the reigning, defending, undisputed TWA United States Heavyweight Champion. Let's go. So, now begins the journey of potentially tearing down an entire list here. I haven't looked at the list. I thought I would keep it to an element of surprise for myself as well, just in case we do need to tear it apart. That way it's fresh on the mind. So,
the following contest is a submission match.
Again, this is an article by the Sportster, and it is by Karia Gazmala, and I may have pronounced and butchered that name.
Rick Boogs' intensity level
But
goes to 11, and it's stuck there.
So again, this is the 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. So technical wrestling is a highly regarded yet underused style in the industry. Here are the 10 greatest wrestlers who utilize this style. So technical wrestling is a well-regarded yet... we already read that. Why are they repeating themselves? I'm skipping through that. They literally repeated themselves in the same article. All right, so number 10. I got to tell you, it's going to be interesting to see who the other 9 are. But Glenola, before I even say this, I'm going to tell you I'm impressed with the name on the list already, and this is only number 10, so this is going to be interesting. Number 10. Bob Backlund. And again, this is 10 greatest technical wrestlers, so this is very deserving and fitting of being on the list. Bob Backlund enjoyed significant success as both a hero and a villain in his lengthy career. His old-school approach and prominent amateur skill allowed him to dominate the WWE Championship scene for over 5 years. While he could not reach the height of popularity seen by Hulk Hogan amongst other legends, he remains a definitive figure in the company history. In the final months of his first reign, Backlund dramatically altered his look to adapt to the new trends. He would depart WWE for years before returning to a global phenomenon.
Hey,
what do you think of Bob Backlund, Glenola?
I think he deserves to be on the list. For his placement, I have to see who else is on the list.
Submission match is far from a walk in the park.
But he was a great technical wrestler.
Trip to the dentist.
I've got to, I am sitting right there with you because I don't want to comment about improper placement until I see who the other ones are. Now, it is Bob Backlund. For me, I'm thinking Bob Backlund would be up number 5 or 6, something like that. But again, we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess, as we go forward. But the Iceman.
And for some of the younger ones, you may not recognize the name, but you have seen him. He was usually seen backstage with wearing a bow tie.
Draped across the top rope. Loving forearm.
Oh, the Iceman was looking pretty good in there, but Rick Boogs mounting a comeback here, guys.
About to find out. Oh my goodness. And now latching on. Give up now. Oh, look at the elbows right to the mush.
The Iceman battling back, though. Rick Boogs has his hands full in his debut matchup. I'll tell you that.
Find a way to get out of this.
Hello, Woozy.
Straight impact on the throat. Rick Boogs out of harm's way. Big.
Hold on, Woozy. Welcome to episode number 338, my friend.
Shifts it back onto him. Oh, hip drop. Oh, perfect
And
kick.
welcome back to Stink Cone.
And Boogs reverses it. Stomping down. Ooh, elbow strike.
Damn, Rick Boogs dishing out some elbows
Piercing.
to the Iceman here.
Up ahead.
Oh, and life is great. Maybe if you didn't throw the fireworks into the fire, it may not explode quite as much.
Will there be a reward? Bruising attack to the stomach. He's on his heels a bit now. And you have to wonder how all this is going to come into play down the line. Desperate attempt here to get back.
The Iceman measured up Boogs here. I mean, this has been quite the back and forth struggle, I'll be honest. I actually thought that the Iceman would have dominated Boogs, but Boogs looking good in there against the United States champion.
He knew that was coming.
Uh-oh, here we go. Boogs for a ride, a dominator by the Iceman.
Seconds away from seeing Boogs fall.
Oh, Glenola, he's setting him up.
Gets him with the
Oh no, Boogs with a big elbow to the face.
hits him with a gut wrench.
And a gut wrench suplex. Very nice. This Rick Boogs is actually pretty impressive. I mean, he has given the United States champion a run for his money here. Whoa. Wow. Holy shit, a springboard into an inverted DDT by the Iceman. That's crazy.
Oh boy, he's stalking him. Watching for an open. Sky high. Jumping, leaping attack.
Huge jumping lariat and an armbar locked in right in the middle of the squared circle here, but he lets go.
Double axe handle.
Apparently a mistake. Boogs on the attack here. So while these guys continue to go to battle, let's look at number 9 on this list, Glenola. Number 9 is Ric Flair. So Ric Flair is well known for his treacherous tactics and unique clothing choices. However, he could always hold his own against even the toughest of opponents. His wide arsenal of technical moves overcompensated for his lack of top rope maneuvers. There were not many who could match Flair's in-ring presence. He could entertain in the ring while remaining one step ahead of his adversaries. His skills remain a hit amongst fans despite his role as a villain, a feat rarely seen until the current era. So it's a little odd that Ric Flair would be all the way down at number 9 of the best technical wrestlers in WWE history, but to be fair, it doesn't say the top 10. It says the 10 greatest technical wrestlers, so they're not ranked in any order.
Okay, I thought I was wondering, is this a ranked list or?
Yeah, no, it's not. And thankfully, because otherwise, again, Backlund should be a higher. Ric Flair should certainly be higher if that were the case, right? So,
Well, it'd have to be a hell of a list to, be for
Yeah.
be
Right?
ninth.
oh, the Iceman taps out Rick Boogs. The debut of Rick Boogs does not go his way. The winner of the match by submission, cross-face chicken wing. From Team Christian Cool, the Iceman, Christian Hart, the reigning, defending, undisputed TWA United States Champion. Well, see, the last half of that match went as I expected, but I'll tell you, the first half of that match, Boogs looked pretty good, though, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely one to watch.
Definitely one to watch. I mean, again, things obviously didn't go his way, but also in there against one of the best ever.
And then some to achieve this victory.
All right, so moving on, number 8. And I'll, of course, issue the payout for this matchup as soon as I'm finished with number 8. Mr. Perfect. So, better known as Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, prided himself on being one of the all-time greats. His return to WWE in 1988 comprised of a 164-match winning streak until suffering a loss to the Ultimate Warrior. Runs with the Intercontinental Championship brought a new level of prestige and honor to the title while setting a new standard for technical wrestling. Perfect spent most of his time in the early 90s working several roles. His last major angle involved assisting Hunter Hearst Helmsley in his own pursuit for the Intercontinental title. And of course, the Mr. Perfect absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, belongs on this list. So here's the thing. I don't know if anybody knows, or even if you know, Glenola, but if you ask Bret the Hitman Hart, Mr. Perfect was the greatest opponent. That is who he called out to be the greatest opponent because he was so skilled. Again, it's not something that gets talked about because he kind of overshadowed. Plus, probably the fact that he passed away is probably why. But Mr. Perfect, every bit as good as Bret the Hitman Hart ever was. Every bit as good as Bret the Hitman Hart ever was, and Bret Hart will tell you that himself. Yep, absolutely. He was amazing, absolutely amazing. Loved Curt Hennig, and he made such a great heel. I loved his heel run with the Intercontinental title.
Yeah,
and Woozy, thank you for the break time notice, my friend. I did see that. I was just right in the middle of the list there.
You look at how many people still use the Perfect Plex.
Yeah, exactly. And why not? What a great move, right? What a great move. Oh, I have to issue the payout. Psst, I'm getting sidetracked here. Hold on. I shall issue the payout for that match right now. Winner was the Iceman, Christian Hart. And I'll get the betting lines ready for the next matchup. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we have a very special show. Tomorrow night we are going to celebrate with a very special show called TWA Free Spirit, where we're going to get together and have a great time with a lot of great people. We are going to celebrate Pride with many of our community members. It was originally approached as somebody requesting whether or not I would be willing to create a matchup dedicated to LGTB blah. Good Lord, I can't talk tonight. You want to say that for me, Glenola?
LGBTQ.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Good Lord. Tripped on my own tongue there. But anyways, I of course said yes to coming up with a matchup dedicated to the LGBT, but then I thought to myself, why just do a match? Because we have more than one superstar on the roster that identifies with LGBT, and we also know that there are superstars in WCW and amongst the Archivers roster, like Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Bayley, and many others that also would love to participate in the first ever celebration of Pride at the Archiverse. And again, it is tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the name of the show, TWA Free Spirit, a.k.a. Pride Mania, and it is going to be a very good time. We have 4 matches that are going to be featured and dedicated to LGBT, and of course we're going to have some other championship matches. We're going to have a whole lot of good fun and great times with a bunch of great people, so make sure you're here. But next match of the night, The Way, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory teaming up to take on Team One Woozy TV and of course Team Mr. Skittles. The Future, Nathan Alpha, and the Warlord, Thomas Graves. They are the Powers of Pain, and they are going to be taking on The Way next, so I will get the betting lines open for that right now. All right.
The Powers are in pain.
They might be. All right, so...
And I'm going to step away to use the facilities. I'll be right back.
All right. All right, so who walks out with the W? Is it going to be The Way or the Powers of Pain? Five minutes to make your bets. And there we go. Betting lines are open. And it is showtime and go time for matchup number 2. The Way versus the Powers of Pain. Let's go. And on with the list, by the way. All right. So, next on our list of 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history, number 7, Eddie Guerrero. So Eddie Guerrero would do just about anything to ensure a swift victory. His star only grew brighter as he returned to WWE in 2002, forming the legendary Los Guerreros team with his nephew Chavo. His frequently exuded an aura of brutal honesty and charisma in addition to his proficiency in both technical and aerial avenues. Latino Heat continued to soar in popularity as he defeated Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at No Way Out, and he would of course amass a 133-day reign before dropping the title to JBL. Eddie is still regarded as one of the most beloved performers in company history.
Every duo looking to show why they run things around here.
Number 6 on the list is Christian. Now, Christian spent his first few years with WWE as a tag team specialist with short bursts of singles glory. In contrast to his longtime partner Edge, he took a more methodical approach to wearing down his opponents. It wouldn't be until his return in 2009 where he achieved astounding accolades on his own merits. A short but definitive run on the ECW brand led to Captain Charisma to a SmackDown return where he would finally secure the World Heavyweight Championship on 2 separate occasions. He then set his sights on the Intercontinental Championship before retiring from active competition in early 2014. Number 5,
the WWE Tag
Chris Jericho.
As these two teams get
so Chris Jericho has left an unmistakable legacy in WWE professional wrestling as a whole. He is commonly noted for his ability to evolve and adapt no matter the setting. Y2J frequently utilizes a combination of international wrestling styles, including a host of excruciating submissions. Jericho encountered his first major WWE victory when he defeated Steve Austin and The Rock to win the Undisputed Championship at Vengeance 2001. His resume only continued to expand as he headlined countless events. So, I mean, this is a pretty goddamn tight list, I gotta tell you. I mean, let's just recap the top 5 so far, right? Well, not top 5, but the 5 so far in 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history, shall we?
He gets tagged in.
Because it is actually very impressive. Number 10 was Bob Backlund.
Gargano gets reversed.
Number 9, Ric Flair. Number 8 was Mr. Perfect. Number 7 was Eddie Guerrero.
Right across the face.
Number 6 was Christian.
Boom, nice.
Number 5 was Chris Jericho. And of course, we're just about to get number 4. But before we do that, I'm just going to take a short break and grab myself a beverage. But the Great Glenola is back on the broadcast, so you are in good hands. I will be right back, guys. But I didn't send you the list, so you can't even do the next one if you wanted to. But I won't be long. I'm just going to grab myself a beverage, and I'll be right back to run down the last 4 in the 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. Very impressive list so far, though. Very impressive list so far. I'm quite impressed. But I'll be right back, buddy.
Alrighty.
Flat out power. Deadlift military.
Gotta go. Everyone's having a great day.
Slam.
And it looks like nobody really cared about who's going to win this match.
Right now he's thinking one of 2 things, Cole. I need to get out of here, or I'm going to answer this call and pay him back.
Oh.
Oh my! Are you kidding me? The Dragon Rana.
4, 3, 2,
What a counter by
1, and
Gargano.
the betting lines are closed.
Reaches his partner
with
for the
no
tag.
votes.
Powerless position to be in right now. Power bomb all the way to the outside. Strong suplex. Sliding back into the action. Tag made. Tag made. This is going to be bad. Oh, that was nasty. He's feeling the effects of that last hit. Theory expected that. Put down. Mat slam with some attitude. He manages to escape it. Perhaps thinking about what to do next here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind here, but
Round and round and round we go.
it's nice to see Powers of Pain getting beat up.
Hits him with a gut-wrench suplex. What impact?
So that interesting airplane
Nice takedown.
spin was nice. I'll give it that.
Big risk here. He may be counted out. He might be oblivious to the count, guys.
And if you see that, Archerverse
He beats
currently
the
is
count,
at
this will
80
continue.
streamer teams, which is just amazing.
Attack right to the sternum. Tag is made. Oh my God. This is unique. Face buster. Oh, and Theory fights back. Stops the kick. Oh, man, landing awkwardly. Springboard. And finds a counter.
I have returned. Beverage acquired.
This is a great movie.
Good. And
How's the match going?
Get the puppy one?
I did
That
not.
isn't too bad.
Stops the
Had
count.
a close count out, or a near count out. Got it
Who's-
to like a 9 count.
Has it been like a back and forth matchup so far? Has there been a
So there is a lot of the Powers of Pain getting their asses kicked, but well.
Ooh, the Ways having their way, are they? All pun intended.
He's tagging out.
But
Targeting a body
yeah,
part.
it's kind of
Look in
been
the
pretty
arm.
good so far. overall.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
Johnny.
All right, well, let's move on with our list of the 10 greatest technical wrestlers. Number 4
Turning the tables.
is Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's skills on the mat, in addition to his unforeseen level of intensity, made him a diamond in the rough for his entire WWE tenure. While initially standing for heroic principles, he became arrogant and cocky in response to fan backlash. His Intercontinental Championship and King of the Ring victories led him to win the first of 5 WWE World titles. The Wrestling Machine continued to make his mark with solid matches against several rising stars in the mid-2000s. He then took on a brief tenure with ECW brand before departing for over 10 years. And again, I mean, if you're talking pure technical skills, again, Kurt Angle most certainly belongs on the list. I mean, as far as that goes, yeah. I mean, I hate when they throw him on there as one of the great performers, though. Like, he became entertaining. A great performer, though, no.
Johnny finding an opening.
Amazing wrestler, yes, I give him that. Number 3, Daniel Bryan, now known as Bryan Danielson. So Daniel Bryan has become acclaimed for his devastating collection of strikes and submissions. Alongside his unique character changes throughout the years, he achieved his first major accolade in WWE by defeating The Miz to win the United States Championship. Since then, he has become a 5-time world champion, as fans continue to show their overwhelming support. The Yes Man made major strides after returning from his first retirement, settling scores with the rivals and reuniting with old friends. He recently made it to the finals of the Intercontinental title tournament before falling to AJ Styles. No matter what the path Bryan chooses, it always seems to lead to success. And I mean, for very good reason. I mean, he can tell a story in that ring. He's very good on the microphone. He can high fly. You know, again, the technical wrestling is really second to none, especially right now in the business. I mean, definitely belongs on the list of 10 greatest technical wrestlers of all time. Number 2 is Bret the Hitman Hart. So, Bret Hart's legacy among fellow performers and fans cements him as one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. He would take every opportunity to tire his opponent from bell to bell. His craftiness proved to be a unique factor, stealing a pin from just about any predicament he found himself in. The Hitman won his first WWE Championship in his native Canada during a Superstars taping. He would continue to rack up wins in the company in addition to pursuing an equally fruitful WCW run in the late 90s. I like how they say equally fruitful, because it clearly wasn't anywhere near as good of a run as it was in WWF. Fruitful, however, and lucrative might even be a better term to use there. Hart is credited for bringing about a permanent change in the perception of North American wrestling. Yeah, I could agree with that. And yeah, again, I do find it funny how they worded that, fruitful. They didn't say it was as great a run or, you know, equally as good of a run, and the WCW was equally as fruitful. Right.
Be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. All right, so number 1 on this list of 10 greatest technical wrestlers, and let's just run back down the other 9, shall we? Just a reminder who's on this list of 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. Number 10, Bob Backlund. Number 9, Ric Flair. And again, this is not ranked. It is not a top 10 list. It is just simply 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history. Number 8 was Mr. Perfect. Number 7 was Eddie Guerrero.
Oh my goodness.
Number 6 was Christian. Number 5 was Chris Jericho. Number 4 was Kurt Angle.
This won't win the match, but it's
Number 3, Daniel Bryan.
On an opponent.
Number 2, Bret the Hitman Hart.
But just the amount of time he was
And last but not least on this list, number 1 of the 10 greatest technical wrestlers in WWE history, William Regal. William Regal began his devious path in professional wrestling throughout all of England until receiving a run with WCW. He would finally make his debut for the WWE in September of 2000, winning the European Championship from Al Snow. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match by submission, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory, The Way. And that is a huge victory for The Way in terms of discussing conversation regarding the Archerverse World Tag Team Championships, Colonel. Holy cow.
That's a nice embarrassment for the Powers of
I'll be honest, I thought that the Powers of Pain would have taken that match. If I was to bet money on it, I would have been putting my money on the Powers of Pain there. I am literally shocked right now.
Well, you don't have to worry about payouts because nobody bet.
Nobody bet on the match? Excellent.
But
all right, so he won the European Championship from Al Snow. Regal's brutal strikes and submissions carried him to major career feats throughout the years. The Master Villains run took a major turn when he became King of the Ring in 2008. He took on new tactics such as the use of brass knuckles to decimate opponents, and this dignified superstar would do whatever it takes to get what he wanted, no matter what the cost. So, I know that was a pretty good list. I think I would... There was a few I would have replaced, I think, with others, maybe. But again, they're talking WWE history here, though. They're not talking pro wrestling history here, else you might have had others on that list. So, I don't know. What do you think of that list?
well, there's one now. As a technical wrestler goes, I never thought Christian was that great.
You know, that was exactly my thoughts. Now, I'm not saying he's not a good wrestler. He is a good wrestler.
I'll
but
tell you what, as an in-ring performer, and man, he's awesome. Really is. There was a time where I didn't really care for him, but he grew on me.
yeah, I mean, I feel the exact same way. Actually, it's funny you say that because I was always a fan of Edge, and I found Gangrel intriguing. He was an interesting character. But Christian was always just sort of the backseat driver, I thought.
At first, I wasn't even that big of a fan of Edge.
Really? I thought Edge was great from the start, but...
But, they grew on me.
Who did you like better, Edge or Christian?
Overall, Edge.
You liked Edge overall, yeah, okay, yeah, me too. Again, I did like Christian, and he was a good wrestler, ended up being a great wrestler, actually. Well, not great. He ended up becoming he became better and better as time went on, but what he could do is he could make you look good in the ring. He could sell a story. He could tell a story. He could make you look good even if you weren't that good of a wrestler, and that was kind of the magic of Christian. And he was very charismatic. He really was. He became very charismatic. He went from being boring to charismatic. But again, as far as putting him on a list of 10 greatest wrestlers in history, he doesn't belong there. He just doesn't, right? I think we can all agree with it. He doesn't belong there.
But, because, instead I would have put someone like Lance Storm.
Yeah, that would be one.
Dean Malenko.
Yep, that'd be another.
Of course, there's one that I'm not going to name because I'm not going to get that whole can of worms opened up tonight. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorites.
Yeah. All right, well, before we keep tearing this list apart, next match of the night, a trip to the women's division. It is the 9th wonder of the world, China, taking on Team Squirrely Ann's, the Witch of the Archiverse, and Damien. And the betting lines are already open. You still have 4.5 minutes if you'd like to place a bet on the matchup. But it is showtime and go time, so let's go.
Look, it's you versus Ann Damien.
It is. That was last night. Tonight I am Stone Cold Steve Austin.
One of the WWE's most
I have.
competitors, a true innovator,
I have.
Here comes China.
What would you say? Been promoted?
Making her way
I still can't believe I got Christian.
Brett, the wet man fart, and his partner in crime, the Iceman, Christian Fart.
Devastating powerbomb tonight from the 9th wonder of the world.
Well,
I would give anything to watch.
Well, I mean, the Iceman looked good tonight. I mean, he started it a little shaky, but he ended up
Doesn't sound like a fun time at all.
thwarting the in-ring debut of Rick Boogs.
We're going to get from China. How about the truly unmatched strength of China? China's opponent is going to
Life is Great says, I tried to, my Wi-Fi is spotty out here. You tried to what? Did I miss something? You're making me read the chat. Life is Great, I should ban you.
Gentlemen,
Something about it wouldn't load in.
Start a fight.
Woozy, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate that, my friend. How dare you have better things to do than hang out with Glenola and I? Episode number 338, the Archivers War Zone live. But it's fine, we understand. Oh, he said no one voted, it wouldn't load in. Oh, did people have problems voting in the last time? Is it working this time?
I've had problems with my phone, trying to do it on my phone before.
Oh, yeah, well, I've wondered, because sometimes we get a ton of votes and other times we get, so that's an issue then, okay. Good to know. Now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is a non-title contest.
Guys, this match has the potential.
These two ladies simply going to battle looking down the road. I mean, we've got the Archivers No Surrender just a little less than 4 weeks away. And these two vixens would love to get on that card. And showcase their talents on the grandest stage of them all.
Fire cool.
She treats every match like a title defense.
Although to be fair, I guess that's the Archivers Slammiversary. We don't want to upstage the Archivers Slammiversary here. It is far too early for that. Life is Great says, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I mean, is that parts unknown, or?
The Amazon China.
We've always been curious where exactly Parts Unknown is from. Like, where is it located?
The ultimate breaker.
If you're going to be nowhere, it's best to be in the middle of nowhere.
The ultimate breaker.
Is it a cornfield?
China looks absolutely focused here.
I mean, if you ask Carino Farmer, he's from a cornfield from the Garden of Eden, and Parts Unknown in the Garden of Eden. It's apparently a very large garden.
It is.
Sharp punch tossed into the corner.
Man, oh man, the Witch and Damien taking it to China. Vicious. Just ruthless aggression pouring out from Ann Damien all over China. Some ground and pound. Now look at this. The TWA Women's World Champion not wasting any time. Look at China. Gator rolls her though.
Uh-oh, getting ready to...
Oh! Big elbow right to the sternum of the Witch and Damien. You know, I've got to be honest, I've wanted to see this match for quite some time. It's nice to see these two lock horns finally.
Counters!
Yeah.
Corey, I think you and
I'd
I
like to
both
see
know you don't get
China
a
and
nickname
Rose
like the
Brewer
ninth
go
wonder
at
of the
it.
world without reason. That's
China
gotta
and
be
Brewer?
intimidating for her
That would be a
competition,
good
right?
match.
I mean, just look at her. But you can't let
The
intimidation
Viking
get the
Rose
better of you.
Brewer
Keep your
versus
cool.
the ninth
Somehow
wonder of the
you
world.
may get an advantage over China.
I mean, I guess we'll have to see how she does against Ann Damien here, because if she can't beat Ann Damien, you know, she's probably not going to want to jump over and challenge the Viking Rose Brewer.
Buster knee smash. That looks painful.
This is true.
It is definitely true, yeah. I mean, I would want to challenge the Viking Rose Brewer, so there's that. Whoa! Snap DDT by China.
Fending off a 2 count there.
The champion kicks out at 1, though. Powered out of that one.
And now she's climbing.
And now China's going upstairs. Air of China.
Here we go.
Whoa! She landed a big flying body splash. It's like having a female skyscraper come landing on you.
Athleticism by the ninth wonder of the world.
You want to drop a house on somebody, just drop China on you.
Archer, I did kind of find another list.
Yes! See, the great Glenola has got the vibes lately. I mean, he finds the lists that we can just decimate. I love it. I'm game.
If this one's going to be decimated, or if you're going to be able to laugh out of it, or what?
Okay, so what is the list?
I will say that I don't necessarily agree with this list, but then again, I'm not easily offended.
Okay.
10 most
Oh, no.
offensive gimmicks of the Attitude Era.
Oh, top 10, top 10, top 10, top 10. I hate when I hear top or ranked. I hate it. But okay.
I thought you wanted to tear something apart.
Okay, fair point, but still, it still hurts my head when I hear ranked or top 10 or top 25.
Moves outside. What's the plan here?
All right. So number 10, Chris
Under
Canyon.
the ropes now.
At the
Chris
time-
Canyon. I liked Chris Canyon, I'll be honest, but I'll let you continue, though.
At the time, Chris Canyon's gimmick in WWE didn't seem too bad, but the confusing news that happened after his release is what made it offensive. Canyon was floating in and out of WCW until they were bought out by WWE, and was part of the invasion angle until he suffered an injury against Randy Orton. Toward the end of the Attitude Era, Canyon returned with a gimmick that made him sing Culture Club songs to The Undertaker. After his release in 2006, it seemed like it was in bad taste because Canyon said that he was openly gay.
He did.
How much the writers knew about this
Wow!
is a debate, but Canyon unfortunately isn't around to reveal more details after his 2010 suicide.
Holy shit, Glenola. China just beat the Witch and Damien.
Wow.
Now, back to what you were saying. That makes that potential, I mean, that makes that a whole different level of possibility now.
Yeah.
She just beat the TWA Women's World Champion. The Witch of the Archivers, Ann Damien. Now, wouldn't it be awesome? We need to talk to Team Distinct Cone and see what they think about a potential future match against the ninth wonder of the world. Or what if we had China, the Witch Ann Damien, and the Viking Rose Brewer TWA Women's World Championship on the line?
I think that's an awesome idea.
Now that would be a hell of a match. I mean, so tomorrow night, TWA's Free Spirit, our celebration of pride with our community. We have 4 LGBT matches that are going to be featured, but we also have 6 other matches that are going to take place. So that could be one of them. That could be one of them. Wouldn't that be interesting? But we do need to talk to Team Distinct Cone and see what they think of that.
Oh, definitely.
We'll reach out to them at some point later, I think. That's a good idea. So,
yeah.
But I will issue the payout if there is one for that. I know people seem to be having problem with the betting lines tonight. Specifically, Life is Great. And nobody bet on that one either.
Well,
All right. So I'll open it one more time. If people continue to have a problem with the betting lines, I'll just close them for the night. And we'll move on to the next match of the night while Glenola continues his list. But the next match of the night, Demon Razor from Team Boss Apollo taking on Happy Corbin. And Happy Corbin is looking to laugh and dance his way to no surrender. But Demon Razor, it's been a hot minute since he's held gold. He is hungry. He is hungry, and he is looking to tear the smile right off the face of Happy Corbin. He does not like Happy Corbin one bit. They've already had altercations backstage. Happy Corbin was taunting him in the parking lot. I mean, to be fair, he was only smiling at him. But the Demon Razor, apparently that was taunting. That is the story we got. The video footage simply showed Happy Corbin with a big-ass smile on his face. Now, he was glaring at Demon Razor. I guess made him feel uncomfortable. I don't know. But this is turning into an interesting little bit of a rivalry between Demon Razor and Happy Corbin. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when they step foot into the squared circle together. But Team Boss Apollo's Demon Razor versus Happy Corbin, that is next. Let's go.
oh yeah, this will be an interesting match.
And again, I'll open the betting line again. If people continue to have issues with it, I'll just close them for the remainder of the night. It could just be a glitch with the system.
It could be, yeah. All right.
The following contest
So,
is scheduled for one
number
fall.
9.
Making his way to the ring.
I can understand why they're saying it now, but
From the fifth
they were fun.
dimension.
Kai and Tai.
Kai and Tai, wow.
Demon
You know,
Yeah.
The WWE Universe
I mean, I sorta get that.
reaching a fever pitch upon
They
their
were
arrival,
fun,
and we are
you know.
just seconds
It's,
away
yeah,
from a
it's reasonable.
highly anticipated match.
But yeah, continue. Go ahead. Whatever.
Kai
See.
and Tai was a Japanese stable that was starting
Doesn't
to make
matter
headway
where
when they
or
were
when he's
given a
competing,
feud
this
with
guy
Val
just wants to
Venus.
fight.
More
And
on
he's
him
about to
later.
get one.
Broken English and offensive stereotypes of Asian culture probably wouldn't fly today, especially when Mr. Yamaguchi pronounced to Venus that he was going to choppy your pee-pee. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
that was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are.
That was awesome. You know?
It was, yeah.
Even after the group
I
split,
think
there was
Happy
just
Corbin
Taka
is the luckiest man in
Michinoku
WWE.
and Sho Funaki
I would agree
acting
with
as
that
comedy
assessment.
jobbers. The
Let's talk
dub
about this,
voices
Cole.
that
From
remind you
riches
of
to
Japanese
rags,
films was
back
pretty
to
offensive.
riches. How can you not be inspired
I don't
by
know.
Happy
Like
Corbin?
I said,
He doesn't have to rub it in
I
our
got to tell you,
face.
Glenola, I really,
Kansas City.
I got to admit, even I want to punch Happy Corbin in the face.
Happy
Oh, I'm not, you know.
Would you not just like to slap him? Look at him. Like, why is what is that constant smug grin on his face all the time?
People for money. Then he gets lucky,
Well,
he strikes it rich, and
speaking
now
of
he
which, I
treats
gotta
everyone
look.
like a bunch of idiots.
Okay.
And all it took was one lucky roll
Good
of
Lord.
the dice to change
All right,
Happy Corbin's
so there's-
fortunes.
There's some money
In
on
my
Razor.
opinion, Happy Corbin is one big happy jerk.
Spoken like a true loser.
All right, so number 8, the oddities.
The oddities. Wow.
You don't see many freak shows around the country these days, mainly because they can be pretty offensive. No, it's because, unfortunately, the circuses and everything are going out of business, so
What are you expecting
there's
from this
nothing
superstar
nowhere for
tonight,
them to
guys?
go.
Well, he did say earlier
Yeah, that's
that he's
true.
going to attack his opponent with a renewed hostility.
In the
that
Attitude
we've
Era,
never
though,
seen
it was
before.
fair game to
Yeah,
create a
he also
stable.
said he's going to make the
WWE
competition
paraded around a group of
beg
deformed
for
people,
mercy.
including
But tonight he's
Golda and
facing off
Kirkin.
against Happy Corbin.
Oddities were able
which
to
some
get somewhat
sort
over
of
with the
seems like an
crowd, even if the
oxymoron.
gimmick was a little
Everyone wants to
confusing.
rain on Corbin's parade.
Perhaps some of that had to do with the fact that the Insane Cloud Posse made some appearances with the group and even performed their theme song.
Yeah, I had no problem with that. I had no problem with that. And I did not find it confusing. Did you find it confusing?
No, I only saw him a couple of times.
I didn't think there was
Seeing
anything
the
confusing
picture-
about the gimmick, but
Yeah. Seeing the picture, I recognize him. You know, I didn't recognize the
Yeah.
name.
yeah.
Crash landing. Corbin gets out of
I
the
just-
way.
I don't know,
didn't
I-
recognize it last night on the list.
Just that comment confuses me. I don't.
Yeah, I
I-
don't know.
I don't know what would be confusing about what they were. I mean, was it the greatest gimmick in the world? No, but I mean, it was not. There was nothing confusing about it.
All right, number 7.
Needed the midsection into the pump handle. Here we go. X Factor.
He didn't last very long in the WWE, but his time there was memorable. After being recruited by Jim Cornette from All Pro Wrestling, Big Grimes was given a dark match before Monday Night Raw. He was signed to a contract then and there and given the gimmick of Key. Key is a street name for kilo, as in drugs.
Yeah.
That's right. Grimes was given the gimmick of a drug dealer that got Road Warrior Hawk addicted to drugs, so his spot in Legion of Doom could be taken by Draws. I didn't ever see this guy.
You know, I was gonna say I only vaguely remember that, and I mean vaguely. Interesting. So I can't even really comment. I don't really know.
Crossface submission is in. Corbin's in a terrible
number
predicament.
6.
Well, this isn't going to win the fall, but it's going to do a lot of damage.
Is the Minis.
Sorry, who?
The Minis.
And what's this?
The Minis. Okay.
Letting him free? Had him where he wanted him, but maybe he has
the
something
WWE has a long history of employing little people as wrestlers, even though the only reason they do it is to pretty much poke fun at them. Minis didn't make a lot of appearances during the Attitude Era, and actually got their start when they had to fill in for Brian Pillman at Bad Blood '97 when he passed away. It was found dead that day.
I mean, I used to love Hornswoggle.
Oh yeah. The Minis, comprised of Max Mini, Mini Nova, and Taurus, had their highlight at the 1998 Royal Rumble when they defeated another group of little people, El Torito, the original, Tarantula, and Battalion. I'll tell you what, I watched some midget wrestling.
I mean, so did I. Hey, do you remember the one that? Do you remember the one that teamed up with King Kong Bundy? Whoa, Demon Razor with a big win over Happy Corbin. Finally, somebody shut him up and wiped that grin off his face. So Team Boss Apollo with a big victory.
But yeah, I even watched, there was a short-lived reality show. I want to say it was on Court TV, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
But it was Hulk Hogan working with
Look, he's not smiling now, Glenn. Look at
that. He's in a little bit
poor Corbin. Got his ass whipped by Demon Razor. So congratulations to Team Boss Apollo. Big win for Demon Razor as we start approaching the Archerverse No Surrender.
But and it didn't just show them in the ring. It was showing them, backstage. It actually showed them, on the bus, and it was. These people do it because they love to do it. And it's like, they, at least with that company, they were intent. Yeah, they made people laugh, but they did it because they like to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I really, this one to me. But then again, people are so sensitive about this stuff. I mean, it was. Well, yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I saw a court case on People's Court one time, and yeah, guy hired himself out to be tossed.
Yeah.
And the guy that hired him got reamed by the judge for hiring the guy.
Wow. All right, before we continue the conversation, next match of the night is for the Archerverse Women's Wrestling Championship. It is a fatal four-way contest. Toni Storm, Amber Extreme from Team Joe Link, Sonya Deville, and of course, the reigning, defending, undisputed Archerverse Women's Wrestling Champion from Team AMC Me, the Diamond Ashley Marie. That is next. The betting lines are open as of right now, so let's go.
And I am going with Ashley Marie.
I am also
member of the coalition who seems to be.
Wow! I knew you were going to go there at some point. I should have figured.
You know, really, she's the only one seeing any success right now.
She's the women's world champion. And speaking of champion, she is one half of the Archerverse Mixed Match Challenge World Tag Team Champions from Team Joe Link, Amber Extreme.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match.
Ooh, a joke time on me.
Ooh, Glenola gets a joke time.
Hello, Joe Link.
Wow, you guys that is brutal. He's in the middle of a great list and you hit him up with a joke time too? How dare you all? He brings you the very best in historical facts, and that's how he's treated. But okay.
I'll get you a good one here in a minute, Joe Link. But here's a bonus joke.
This much jeopardy, Cole. Tonight,
Archer's in a cage with Andre the Giant and Yokozuna tonight.
That is no joke. That is a potential suicide mission. I feel sorry for Archer. You guys are all a bunch of savages for even doing that to him. I mean, here he is trying to claw his way back to the spotlight. Maybe get another shot at that Canadian Heavyweight Championship, but you guys are putting him in cages like an animal. Against dinosaurs, by the way. You know, he might be a lion, a tiger, even, if you will. You guys put him in there against dinosaurs. They are mammoths, and four sides. He cannot climb over the wall. He cannot go through the door. He has to try and pin, submit, or knock out two frickin' giants. Absolutely ghastly. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. All of you.
Sonya Deville, she's made history. Milestone. She competed in the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. Elimination Chamber match. Even
Sonya Deville looking fired up. And she's never been the Archerverse Women's World Champion, so she would love to become, for the very first time ever, the Women's Champion of the Archerverse.
Lightning from down under. She's held the NXT UK Women's
And here comes the former Archerverse Mixed Match Challenge World Tag Team Champion, Toni Storm. One half of Stone Cold Storm.
Toni Storm has spent years.
Hey, Joel, if he survives it, he'll be called Pancake.
If Archer wins this, he should be called the Giant Slayer. If he wins this, he better get a title shot at Free Spirit tomorrow night. That will be his request. If he can manage to beat Andre the Giant and Yokozuna, I think he should get to challenge Poindexter. Oh, wait a minute. Poindexter's busy tomorrow night. He will not be... Maybe it's time for Christian Hart and Elijah Archer to renew an old rivalry. Wouldn't that be something? Archer versus Hart. United States Heavyweight Championship on the line.
Okay. Here we go, Joe Link. A new priest at his first Mass was so nervous he could hardly speak. After Mass, he asked the Monsignor how he'd done. Monsignor replied, when I'm really nervous at the pulpit, I put a glass of vodka next to a water glass. If I start to get nervous, I just take a sip. So next Sunday, he took the Monsignor's advice. At the beginning of the sermon, he got nervous and took a drink. He proceeded to talk up a storm. Upon his return to his office after Mass, he found a following note on his door. 1. Sip the vodka. Don't drink it. 2. There are 10 commandments, not 12. 3. There are 12 disciples, not 10. 4. Jesus was consecrated, not constipated. 5. Jacob wagered his donkey. He did not bet his ass. 6. We do not refer to Jesus Christ as the late JC.
Oh, 7. Come on! I like that one.
Lots of competitors
7.
in the back.
The Father, Son, Holy Ghost are not referred to as Daddy Jr. or the Spook.
Damn it, that's why I kept getting in trouble in church. Fuck. God damn.
8. David slew Goliath. He did not kick the shit out of him.
That's the same thing. I argue that. Come on, man. Like, you guys are just ruining you're dragging up my childhood here and tossing it in my face.
Number 9. When David was hit by a rock and knocked off his donkey, don't say he was stoned off his ass.
I wish I hadn't thought of that when I was younger. I would have utilized that. That is funny as hell.
Number 10. We do not refer to the cross as the 15th.
What kind of headspace do you
11.
need to be
When Jesus
successful
broke the
in a
bread
no
at the Last Supper, he said,
disqualification match?
"Take this and eat, for it is my body." He did not say,
about going
"Eat me."
after your opponent full force. Anytime
Well, I mean, it's arguable depending on translation between dialects. I mean, you never know.
Number 12. The Virgin Mary is not called Mary with the cherry.
That sounded rough.
Damn it. That's why I got in trouble.
Number 13. The recommended grace before a meal is not rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub,
Right to
yay
the
God.
kidneys from behind.
And finally, next Sunday, there will be a taffy pulling contest at St. Peter's. Not a Peter pulling contest at St. Taffy's.
Oh, well, I'm not going then. See, I was under the impression that, I thought it was a giant circle jerk. I'm not impressed now. I'm not spending my money there.
Carried around with ease. Right across the larynx.
That was a good one.
Oh, look at that torch to their opponent.
Where did you leave off on your list?
I've had to look something. I am at number 5. I just finished up with the minis. Now number 5 is Val Venus.
Storm turns it around.
She's still got a lot of stamina
Sean
left.
Morley was signed by the WWE from the independent circuit
And
across
she's
the
using
world
this
as
moment to summon all of
Alvinus.
her strength.
And he was given the gimmick of a porn star.
Down with
Because
authority.
you
Sure
know what
was.
rhymes with Venus. Sex sells when it comes to TV, and the WWE was trying to bring in the female demographic with the male porn star that slept around and wasn't afraid to get naked.
Oh, that's going to sting.
Val Venus was also in that infamous feud where he almost had his pee-pee choppy.
Would you really consider Val Venus a failed gimmick, though? Like,
No, this is offensive gimmicks.
oh, offensive, right? For some reason I kept thinking failed. A couple of them were borderline both.
Yeah, in the mid-card, even winning the Intercontinental title. I don't even see where he's offensive.
Come on. What's going on here?
You
Pay
know?
attention to your competition.
It depends on how you view porn stars, I suppose.
Number 4 is even worse.
A bad place to be for the challenger.
The
And the fatal
Godfather.
four-way stipulation starting to show its effects.
Okay, I draw the line there. How the hell is the Godfather offensive? Everything he did was mint.
You could probably list any gimmick that Charles Wright had in his career with the WWE and call it offensive.
The attack on the knee.
His first gimmick was a voodoo witch doctor type named Papa Shango.
Reversal on DeVille.
Then he became a black power activist as a member of the Nation of Domination. When the Attitude Era came around, Wright was renamed the Godfather, a pimp that was notorious for getting competitors to quit matches before they even started by offering him hoes.
Yeah. Which was brilliant, by the way. Wasn't that brilliant? That was brilliant.
Yeah. They're usually actual strippers from local clubs.
Yeah.
Wanted nothing to do with this gimmick.
I mean, that information didn't get out till way later, but that's exactly what was going on. I mean, it's no different than later on they were taking, some supermodels and trying to make them into wrestlers. I mean,
But yeah. Now, number 3. Early on, I can halfway see it.
Tony with the counter.
No, I wasn't, but I can see some people. Gold Dust.
well, so he kind of broke the barrier for cross-dressing, right?
You can watch Gold Dust on TV now and think he's a little odd. But those that don't remember his run in the Attitude Era know that he is rated G compared to what he used to be. Goldust was supposed to be a type of drag queen during the Attitude Era before developing a poor nigger and Christian gimmick, then getting dumped to WCW. One of the most offensive periods of Goldust's career included him with Luna after a heel turn where he was bound and gagged, frequently using a walker to get around. There was also the time they developed the stutter after being electrocuted, or when Jerry Lawler called him a flaming F.
And now she's giving us all
that's how
a
they write
chance
it
to bask in her
on the air. Take your pick.
Yeah. There's definitely been some offensive terms utilized here and there throughout the years. But I mean,
stuttering after being electrocuted. That's there's actually cases of that.
Let's go.
Where people have gotten electrocuted and developed a stutter. You know, because they short circuit their brain.
And she's looking to plant her with a DDT.
So I don't know. You know, at least that one is arguable. You know, halfway understandable.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, again, he kind of, at the time, broke the barrier for what they were. How do I put it? What they would allow on television at that time, because I mean, who else would in any wrestling promotion were you gonna tune in and see a drag queen coming out and wrestling?
Can you believe it? Can you believe she followed out?
Right?
All measured up. And I think we just might see.
You know, it's
Goldust was awesome though. I don't think he always enjoyed it. There were times obviously where he really got behind that, but I mean I think there was a lot of period of time where he didn't enjoy doing that. So there's that too.
so number 2. PMS and meat.
She wants to take
Nothing says we appreciate women quite like forming a trio of ladies and giving the name of Pretty Mean Sisters, or PMS for short. Terry Runnels, Jacqueline Moore, and Ryan Shamrock, Alicia Webb.
Wow! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Archerverse Women's World Champion from Team Joe Link, Amber Extreme, and she is now a double champion, as she also holds one half of the Archerverse Mixed Match Challenge World Tag Team Championships with Finn Balor.
Women's Wrestling Champion.
Team Joe Link has themselves a double champion.
Extreme.
We have a brand new champion fulfilling.
Joe Link dropping tiny little beautiful gems all over the floor.
For the history books. And we got to witness it up close and personal.
Another mess for Bromer to clean up. I mean, when he returns, he is going to be pissed. He's going to need himself a bulldozer.
Flamethrower.
All right, so a new Women's World Champion in Amber Extreme. That is phenomenal. I did not expect that whatsoever. I'll get the payout issued for that. Next match of the evening is for the Archerverse World Tag Team Championship. This is a triple threat, or a Trinado tag team ladder match. And look at this star-studded cast. We got the Blood Brothers, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, taking on the Rage Twins, Robert and Ryan Rage. And, of course, we have Adam Colossus and the Terror Johnny Braddock's Demolition versus the Disciples versus the Usos. And, of course, Demolition putting their titles on the line. That is the next match of the night. So I'll get the betting lines open here in just a moment. Just give me a second. I have to issue the payout for the last bet. And I still can't believe that Amber Extreme managed to pick up that big W. What a victory, and a double champion now coming out of Team Joe Link's camp.
Wow. So, alright. So they formed a group that faked pregnancies, screwed over men, and even hired a love slave known as Meat.
Yeah.
Sean Stasiak was the man behind the meat gimmick that would be berated, forced to embarrassing acts, and was implied to have been raped by the group. This one I can see.
I liked Sean Stasiak. Yeah. He was actually a very good wrestler. Had zero charisma. Like if he could have developed a little bit of charisma, he could have went so far, because he had the look by far, and he could really wrestle.
Yeah, and I will say I liked the one gimmick he had in WCW with Planet Stasiak.
Yeah, I liked that too. Yeah.
You know, and of course
he won the television championship.
Yeah. Yeah. with his manager being Mrs. Hancock, well...
Yeah. Oh, there was some stupid shit back then, wasn't there? Funny, but stupid shit. Stupid shit. My God. All right, so the betting lines are open. It is showtime and go time. Archivers World Tag Team Championship on the line in a ladder tag team matchup. Let's go. And I'll be right back, Lynol. I just have to use the facilities. And then I'm interested to see what is on the remainder of your list and or what other lists you have cooking.
Spot.
I feel like you've got another list in your pocket somewhere, but I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
And here they come.
The following contest is a triple threat tag team ladder match and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challenger at a combined weight of 502 pounds, the Disciples.
So what do you all think? Who's going to win this match?
Look who's here.
At a combined weight of 577 pounds, they are the World Tag Team Champions, Demolition! At a combined weight of 479 pounds, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, the Blood Brothers.
The championship is hung and the bell is rung. This ladder match is underway. No room for error tonight as each superstar is going to quickly realize how treacherous the climb to the gold is.
Oh, up to the electric chair, down for the drop.
Neck breaker. Draped across the top rope. Clubbing forearm. These two showing how well scouted they each are. A slap. Heads out, and he has all the time he wants. Oh, from the
Have returned. All right. Ooh, chaos erupting, I see. Fantastique. Exactly what we want. All-out war.
I would have got another gimmick for you.
You got a which?
Another list for you.
Nice.
But, okay, number one on here.
And Jimmy able to reverse that.
Beaver cleavage.
Beaver cleavage.
I don't know how many people even remember Beaver cleavage, to be honest.
That, I do.
I do too, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know if many others do, but that was hilarious. I don't.
Now, what I didn't know is
what a kick.
He was actually part of a successful tag team. Yeah, the wrestler was.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Chaz Warrington had a successful run with WWE as Mosh of the Headbangers. I wasn't aware of that. Headbangers even won the tag team championship at one point before Glenn Ruth, Thrasher, suffered a knee injury in '99 in the group. Warrington was still healthy, so he'd come back with his own gimmick. What WWE came up with was Beaver Cleavage, a character that's supposed to be like the main character from Leave It to Beaver, except with incestual overtones that included drinking mother's milk. Gross. The gimmick only lasted a month, and Warrington came out as Chaz and said the gimmick was stupid before getting into a feud with PMS and me.
Yeah. It was pretty short-lived, but
Yeah. So
it was still funny, though.
Yeah. Now, this is an older list. It was published June 2nd, 2015. Written by Corey Beckett, and it was on the Sportster.
It was on the Sportster, yeah.
So, I went ahead and found another list. This one is from the Sportster.
Okay.
Published February 15th, 2021. Written by Michael Weir.
Okay, yep.
10 WCW gimmicks that shouldn't have worked, but did.
10 WCW gimmicks that shouldn't have worked, but did. Interesting.
He reverses it. A counter
So,
answered by another counter.
With that, number 10 is Daphne. Back in the late 90s, having a hot woman in wrestling played as a total lunatic wasn't done often. Daphne took off nicely with fans with her outrageous look, dressing and acting like a cheerleader on some drugs and screaming a lot. Despite that, Daphne's antics were lovely to watch, and she managed to handle stupid angles.
It was a lot like, remember when Melina used to do the very same thing, would show up at the matches and would be screaming. She started out as a fan, I believe, and would be literally screeching at ringside. Yeah, it was much the same thing.
But despite that, Daphne's antics were lovely to watch, and she managed to handle stupid angles like a romance with David Flair and a feud with Tori Wilson. I don't know what would be so stupid about a romance with David Flair.
We get it. Stop looking for adulation.
David Flair was a lot of things. You know, he didn't have a lot of charisma in the ring. He wasn't that good.
Well, not at all.
What most people would consider an attractive guy. You know?
Yeah, I think everybody was kind of surprised though how little he knew about the business. Like,
it was surprising.
And he didn't even try to get better at the craft. I mean,
well, that's why I think that basically there was an incident in the ring with Arn Anderson and David Flair where Arn ripped him a new one.
Yeah,
and I think
I remember that.
They just told Arn, we're going to do this angle. He's going to attack you. Say what you need to say. You know, I think that's probably what happened. Because it seemed to be directly from the heart. You know?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Making the climb here, maybe looking to
but the sheer joy she had in the role aided Daphne in making it a hit with fans. It was. You know, Daphne was a great character.
I mean, what wasn't a terrible wrestler either, to be fair.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Big right.
I don't know if she actually became the women's champion or not.
I'll tell you what, we'll just...
Fights Jay back.
Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like she may have.
Sidestep there. Oh, right to the back. Oh, he retaliates. He's setting up the ladder now.
I can't remember. Maybe not.
Hooked up. Here we go. Trying to run on into a neck breaker.
Yeah,
Jimmy stepping up to the top.
DDT. Look at this. That ladder is positioned.
Look at this Adam Colossus from the top of the ladder, diving elbow
Crushing impact.
to the chest of Ryan Rage.
Did more damage to. How's that for a counter?
actually, she was the Cruiserweight champion.
She was the Cruiserweight champion, okay. I knew she had won a title. I just couldn't remember if it was the WCW Women's Championship or which one it was. Okay, so Cruiserweight Championship. All right.
Hazardous position as Jimmy gains his footing.
Sliding back in from the floor now. And Jimmy able to reverse.
Man, the strength of Adam Colossus just ragdolls him.
The universe willing these superstars on.
Pumping the adrenaline they so desperately need right now. Spinning kick to the gut.
Number 9, Steven Regal.
Sir Steven Regal, yeah.
Today, William Regal is regarded as a top worker and NXT general manager. In WCW, Lord Steven Regal took what could have been a lousy gimmick as a snobby British noble and made it work beautifully. That he did.
Oh, to a T. Like it was such great. I mean, everything he did was mint. To be fair, anything William Regal did, but I loved the Lord Steven Regal gimmick though. It was so obnoxious and.
I don't see how that shouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
If you find the right person, something like that is gold.
Applying pressure to leg
The problem is finding that right person to do it.
Tap out and he does.
Now
this is just a ruthless.
Look at that! If this was a submission match, the Disciples would have just picked up their victory. We would have seen new tag team champions. As it is, this is a ladder match.
Turns it around.
But it earned him long reigns as TV champion, with Regal terrifically selling his arrogance and hating on wrestlers for being lower class. He and Bobby Eaton even made a Blue Bloods tag team work better than it should, with Regal a highlight of the mid-90s company.
Both of the Usos on top of the ladder going for the belt here. This is crazy.
Yeah, no way that's coming down.
Here's another one I really love. Ernest the Cat Miller.
Ernest the Cat Miller, hell yeah. I loved Ernest the Cat Miller.
There was a lot of fun stuff to enjoy in WCW in its last years. Really?
He was really good comic relief.
But Ernest Miller sure gave it a shot. The Cat started off doing crazy dancing he claimed was on par with James Brown. That brought the real Godfather of Soul out for a dance-off. And I remember that dance-off. That was so amazing to watch. When you watched James Brown coming down that ramp, and it's just like,
You know what? We should find that video and put it in Discord later.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
But Miller kept it up with his kung fu style.
And he has free reign.
My understanding is he was a legitimate martial artist.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But it was the crazy dancing that got crowds on his side. Which did, his dancing, but he was just entertaining to watch. Even
it was.
In the ring, it was fun to watch him. Miller even worked in a stint as WCW commissioner to show how stupid dancing can surprisingly lead to some success in the right company.
Being carried around with ease. Making the climb here. Maybe looking to end this thing right now.
He's getting some hate here in this article, but Miller was amazing.
I enjoyed watching his matches, and I mean he would come out and squash like nobody's, but then he would always lose the big matches, right? But I mean, he was still fun. like I said, he was really good comic relief.
It was like Norman Smiley.
Good Lord, he just super splashed the ring.
You know, he would lose those big matches, but he made it look believable. You know, you were invested in that match. It wasn't where it was like, oh, he's getting his ass kicked again.
Yeah.
You know.
He catches Jimmy with a counter.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Ernest the Cat Miller. I thought, yeah, Norman Smiley. It was so fun to talk about him the other night. You don't hear about Norman Smiley enough. He was one of the greatest jobbers of all time. Like, it's too bad there was no 205 live then, because he would have been champion for sure.
Well, remember, he'd actually held a couple titles.
Yeah, he did. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, we looked that up.
Yep, we did. Yep.
Ruthless striking.
All right.
Man, right
So,
to the arm.
this next one, again, I actually agree that it probably shouldn't have worked. And if this was a ranked list, I'd place this in the top 3. Crow Sting.
Yeah. So when Crow Sting first started, and of course it was a big hit for a lot of people. I gotta be honest, for me, when it first started, it was just really cheesy because it was like a pure rip-off of the Crow movie. To me, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But
it really is. I think it extended his career.
oh, it did absolutely, because I mean, like I said, most people ate that up, and we have just been invaded by Wet Bandit with one villain. What's going on, Wet Bandit? Welcome into episode number 338. The Archivers War Zone is well underway. We're just in the middle of a Trinado tag team ladder match between the Disciples, the Usos, and Demolition for the Archivers World Tag Team Championship. Welcome in. What's going on? What's new and exciting? We got the Great Glenola on the broadcast here tonight. We're running down some lists. We've kind of been doing that lately a lot. It's a lot of fun, actually. We find the lists of historical facts, and if we like them, we celebrate them. If we do not, we tear them apart and have a little bit of fun in the process. So, but welcome in. What's new and exciting? What's going down? Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Think about it. WCW is taking Sting, their greatest hero, known for blonde hair, bright face paint and tights, and wild manner, and changing him completely. Gone with the blonde hair, the paint now covering his face, and an outfit that made him look like the Crow. The risk of this gimmick failing was massive. But not only did it work, but it led to the greatest angle in WCW's history. Even if the payoff was rough, it also revived Sting's career and gave him some terrific life he'd use for decades afterwards.
Wet Bandit says, hanging out stream was fun. Excellent. Glad to hear your stream went well. Or even better and more excellent, the fact that you took the time after your stream to stop by and have a good time with the rest of us. Better late than never. There's still lots of action left to go. This just happens to be one of the matches in the championship rounds, but we still have 3 more matches after this is over. So welcome in, enjoy the rest of the show, and of course enjoy the Great Glenola and his lists.
We can have a new champion. Going up top. Jackknife powerbomb.
But
the champ top rope.
now, number 6. You know, I mentioned him probably once a show when we discuss these lists. And they finally put him on the list, and it's an actual fitting for him to be on the list. And you're going to love it, Archer. Lance Storm, Canadian champion.
Lance Storm, Canadian champion, yeah. You know what I did like, though, was the fact that he took every title he won and turned them into Canadian championships. That was so obnoxious, even for us Canadians. It was like, because most Canadians are diehard wrestling fans. So for him to take the prestigious, at the time, the prestigious United States Heavyweight Championship and turn that into the Canadian Heavyweight Championship, part of it was like, fuck yeah. But the other half was like, man, you just kind of defaced the United States Championship. But, so that was like mixed emotions for us. But it was kind of fun, though. Looking back, it was pretty cool that he did that. Looking back. You know?
For a guy accused of having no personality.
Oh, he did not know. Absolutely not. He had the personality and the charisma of a flea.
Lance Storm created a wonderfully entertaining act. That's debatable. He became the first man to hold 3 titles at once as Cruiserweight, U.S., and Hardcore Champion. Storm then renamed each title the Canadian Heavyweight Championship, 100 kilogram and under championship, and Saskatchewan Hardcore International title. He would even defend them under Canadian rules.
That was so obnoxious.
It was a genius act that made Storm one of the few reasons to watch 2000 WCW.
Good Lord, this is a war. Wow. These guys are really taking it to each other here tonight. Inside the ring, outside the ring.
He's got the target acquired. Just a matter of moments.
All right, now here's one I'm not familiar with. The gimmick. So far, I've been pretty familiar with him, but Norman the Lunatic.
Norman the Lunatic.
It seems silly, yet somehow the lovable Norman became a fan favorite in 1989. The lumbering figure would come to the ring dressed in blue robes and carrying a teddy bear, treated by manager Teddy Long as an escapee from an asylum.
Kick to the gut.
I can't say I remember that.
His ring style could bounce between childlike and a halting force, but it was his banter with fans, especially kids, that won in affection. This big WCW, they had to ruin it by turning him into a trucker character when Norman was crazy over with the crowds.
Expected that one.
Interesting.
Let me look him up, see if
Wow!
there's something else we might know about.
Glenola, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Archerverse World Tag Team Champions from Team TV Crips, Ryan and Robert Rage, the Disciples. And that is the first time they have been Archerverse World Tag Team Champions in a hot minute. But congratulations to Team TV Crips and the Rage Twins. What a big win. Just defeated the Blood Brothers and the Demolition in the same night. Wow.
A brutal loss for our now former champion.
The now former champion.
Somebody threw Robert Rage's title away, apparently.
Here tonight.
I mean, poor Rage. I mean, he works that hard, and only his brother gets a championship.
Still trying to act like he's got it, though, ain't he?
That is ghastly.
But do you happen to remember Bastion Booger?
I do remember Bastion Booger. Look at this. Speaking of Booger, little Joey Nightmare has got to be considered a booger up most people's noses in that locker room. Man, has he ever been a thorn to people's sides? Hasn't he? That guy is, it's like, again, it's like very comparable to Poindexter. This little guy, mimicking, well, a much bigger version of himself in the Nightmare Damien. But to a T, he can just really go in there. And this rivalry he's got going on with Big Bubba Bruno, I don't know if Big Bubba Bruno, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's too amused by the whole thing, but I'll tell you, it's been interesting. And he's almost beat Bubba. He has almost beat Bubba. Twice almost.
I'm not sure Bubba Bruno considers it a rivalry, but, you know, Little Joey Nightmare sure he seems to be, you know,
right?
Fixated on beating this guy sooner or later.
That's what it is. I don't think Bubba Bruno has anything to do with this at all. It's just, I think Little Joey Nightmare, because, I mean, Big Bubba Bruno has already beaten Joey twice. He beat him twice. Once we thought he killed him. He jumped from the third rope all the way down on top of little Joey. We called paramedics to the ring. It was crazy. Some bitch got right back up, but there was an insane time. 1, 2, 3 with a big man. I mean, he is a mammoth. Big Bubba Bruno is a mammoth. Nobody wants to see him sitting on your chest, and he didn't just sit on his chest. He jumped. He pounced on little Joey Nightmare's chest. But that is the next match of the night. It is for the Archivers Unified World Television Championship. Little Joey Nightmare from Team Kraken Skulls versus BB King, the Samoan Lion, Big Bubba Bruno from Team Soul Embers. And let me just open the betting line up.
Alrighty. But number 4 on this list, and this is not a ranked list, no particular order, Chris Jericho, conspiracy victim.
Chris Jericho, conspiracy victim.
With anyone else, this gimmick would have died a quick death.
Yeah.
Instead, it transformed Chris Jericho into a star.
It did.
Dean Malenko wore a mask to win a battle royal and defeated Jericho for the Cruiserweight title. Jericho began ranting he was the victim of a conspiracy. The videos of his going to Washington, D.C. and trying to prove his case in halls of records was hilarious and pushed Jericho's fame up. It did pay off with a loophole to regain the title and made Jericho a favorite of the crowd to enhance his fame. And, I don't really quite remember this very well, but Jericho could take just about anything and make gold out of it. I truly believe that.
And here he comes from Team Kraken Skulls, Little Joey Nightmare, and his obsession with Big Bubba Bruno. I mean, I got to tell you, if you're Big Bubba Bruno, you're probably just a little concerned about the entire thing. You're being stalked by a man who frequently shoots himself with lightning. I mean, that is likely not on the top of the list of anybody's agenda for the day.
You're right, Michael. And judging from the response on social media heading into this match, we're likely to see a new champ crowned here tonight.
I do enjoy watching Joey Nightmare. I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for him.
Could you imagine if he actually manages to beat Big Bubba Bruno? Oh my God. It would turn the wrestling world upside down.
I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time they faced one-on-one.
No, this is the second time.
Is it? Okay.
He beat him in a multi-man match, and then he beat him in singles competition. This would be the second of singles competition matches.
Because I just remember, the first one was that Elimination Chamber match where little Joey eliminated everybody but Bruno.
Yeah, he eliminated 4 people in that Elimination Chamber matchup. That was insane. It seems to be that, well, clearly, I guess, look at him. I mean, I guess, would you assume otherwise? You put him in an extreme situation, and he certainly thrives.
You don't have to worry about winning. You just have to make sure you don't lose. That is the champion's advantage.
All right, who do you got here, Bubba Bruno or Little Joey Nightmare? I mean, I know we said we're rooting for Little Joey Nightmare, but if
Joey.
So if you're going Little Joey, all right.
Sooner or later, he's going to win. And
could you imagine? I mean, between him fighting it out with Poindexter and Big Bubba Bruno,
yeah,
he's obsessed with both of them. Luckily for Poindexter, at least he's on the WCW roster. He can hide from Little Joey Nightmare a lot easier than poor Big Bubba Bruno. Big Bubba's screwed. He's on the same damn roster. He is fucked.
Introducing the challenger.
All right. Number 3 on this list.
Number 3.
West Texas Rednecks.
178 pounds.
Leave it to WCW to stumble onto a great idea and blow it. When they hired rapper Master P and his No Limit Soldiers, WCW countered with Barry Windham. Okay, here we go. WCW countered with Barry and Kendall Windham, Bobby Duncan, and Kurt Hennig into the West Texas Rednecks. They were meant to be heels, but the WCW fans backed them, especially after they made the great video "Rap is Crap." That's another one I'm going to have to find.
The energy in this
Despite that, WCW broke the act up because they didn't want the soldiers looking bad to ruin a promising fun group.
I think Little Joey just got a hard on looking at that title. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure something was moving around there. That is ghastly.
But I don't even remember Master P and his No Limit Soldiers, so...
All right, here we go.
This right here is the championship that gained a lot of prestige in short order, guys.
And look at Little Joey go. Absolute insanity. All right, back. The floor is still yours, Glow. 12:31, Girly Girl's still here.
Hello, 12:31 Girly Girl. Number 2, Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno. You know, I like Disco Inferno, actually.
Oh, yeah. If any gimmick looked dead on arrival in WCW, Disco Inferno was it.
Oh, come on.
He was booed by fans coming out with goofy dancing and an act straight out of the 1970s movie.
What's funny?
Somehow Disco managed to get over with the crowd because of how well he sold the weird act.
Yeah.
Being not too bad a worker. You know, like this is a list of ones that should not have worked.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah, he really did work over the crowd. If it was to do, like, if he brought that gimmick back today, people would eat it up.
Oh, yeah. You know, Disco Inferno, I don't know if anybody else could do it.
Absolutely punishing
them.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
But Disco Inferno just had that. He enjoyed reigns as TV, Cruiserweight, and World Tag Team Champion, and was able to make it into a funny highlight of shows. I would even shorten that to, instead of funny highlight, fun highlight.
Yep.
Because he was fun to watch.
No, he was. He really was.
And the final one on the list, Johnny B. Bad.
Johnny B. Bad, a.k.a. Mark Marrow. Yeah.
Going for Johnny B. Bad was pretty awful. He was dressed up to look like Little Richard, acting in a very flamboyant manner, complete with putting plastic lips on between, putting plastic lips on beaten opponents.
Yeah, that was
somehow
stupid.
Came together as Bad could with fans, thanks to how Mark Barrow was a top-notch worker. When he toned it down, although adding a Bad blaster firing confetti, Bad earned a few TV title runs and managed to make his goofy act into one of WCW's best mid-card talents.
Doesn't bode well if you still can't get more than
I gotta agree with it.
by now.
Oh, 100%, but
this list was a great list.
it is.
He had it scouted.
And for that, I almost have to apologize because we did want something to tear apart.
Yeah, you need to find a new one, though. We need to redeem ourselves. That was ghastly. How dare you find a list that we agree with again?
Here comes the pitch. Into the lariat.
I mean, that is not what people come to see. They do not want to hear us agreeing with another writer. They want to hear us tearing him to shreds.
This is how you torture your opponent.
Okay.
God, this is hard to watch.
How does 10 dumb WCW gimmicks that could have been great sound?
10 dumb WCW gimmicks that could have been great. Now that's it. Whoa! Holy shit, he just delivered the suplex driver to Big Bubba Bruno. Bruno kicked out, but I don't know. How does he survive being struck by lightning? I don't know these things. That is craziness is what that is. I mean, he uses lightning like others use steroids. It's kind of scary, really. It really, really is. The fact that he can, same with Damien, the fact that the two of them together can actually manage to find opponents is not only incredible, but also alarming. That's how many psychopaths are in the company, I think.
Catastrophic damage on the back. No wind-up elbow drop.
All right.
From the top rope.
Again, this is not does not appear to be ranked.
Oh my God! Springboard.
It is not ranked?
Wow.
Not ranked.
Okay. Well, that makes it harder, but we can still do it. We can do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get a list back. Yeah.
If the ref was only in better position,
we've
that
done
would
it
have
before.
been 3.
All right. So the first one on the list, GI Bro.
Oh no.
For years, GI Bro has been cited as a low point in Booker T's career. After bouncing around the mid-card, Booker was given a military-themed persona that seemed a huge step back.
Yeah.
They, WCW actually seemed to realize this, having Booker drop it to win the world title. But just maybe, with more time, he could have made it work.
I mean, it was horribly executed, yeah.
Either one of these superstars.
The man managed to make a King gimmick work. The idea he could have made a soldier formidable isn't that crazy. And you know, I enjoyed GI Bro.
Yep.
But
I mean, well, I don't know if I enjoyed the gimmick, but I enjoyed what he offered in the ring, anyways. When he, you know.
All right, up next, heel Goldberg.
Oh God, yeah.
In hindsight, one of WCW's all-time dumbest moves was in 2000 when Goldberg returned from a long absence to turn heel and join a new NWO.
Yeah.
It was baffling for Goldberg to be a bad guy, yet there was a minor bit of logic to
Good God.
tired of being screwed over.
Wow, he kicked out of that. Oh, I don't think he's kicking out of that, though. Oh, he did roll over. Wow, Little Joey Nightmare still got lots left of the gas tank here. This is insanity. Can you believe this, Glenola?
Oh yeah, I can actually believe it. You know,
man, big flying body splash, shades of Jimmy Superfly Snuka there.
Pin attempt for the championship. Kicks out.
The fact that these
Still only a 2 count though. Big Bubba Bruno just won't give up.
Costly error there. Break his arm. Vicious.
Now, it does say it could have been something if booked right, with Goldberg a pure monster crushing on his path and slowly turning into a tweener before a face run again. WCW ended it fast, and it was a bad move, yet the idea of trying him out as a heel, even for time, could have worked with better planning.
To the champ.
And I agree with that. You know, Goldberg could have been a convincible heel.
He could have been, yeah, very easily. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They did not do that right at all. And ladies and gentlemen, he certainly pulled out all the stops and gave it his best shot. His obsession with Big Bubba Bruno, when's it going to end? But, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still the Archerverse unified World Television Champion from Team Soul Embers, BB King, the Samoan Lion, Big Bubba Bruno. And look at that, Little Joey Nightmare apparently has got respect for the big mammoth. I half-assed expected him to turn around and clothesline him or something right there, though, didn't you? I'm a little surprised that ended on such a good note there. Little surprised. So Big Bubba Bruno still the unified World Television Champion. And now from Little Joy Nightmare to Big Joy Nightmare, and please do not tell him we said that. The Nightmare Damien putting his championship on the line against Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn from Team Dogface, Vader, and of course the Wanderer Kyle Brewer from Team Bromer. It is a fatal 4-way falls count anywhere match. It is going to be absolute fire, and I'll open up the betting lines in just a moment.
All right, while he's doing that, next one on the list is that 70s guy.
Oh, shit.
A wrestling character based on a 70s lounge wizard could be fun.
Could.
This was a company that made Disco Inferno a success. Having some guy acting as a laid-back wrestler with fun interviews could have been terrific. But giving it to Mike Awesome, one of the best workers of the time, was an epic disaster, and Awesome's career never recovered. Yet that character itself, given to someone else, could have clicked for a fun mid-carder and not the gimmick that wrecked one of the better stars.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
100%.
I'll be honest, I enjoyed watching that 70s guy. But I don't know if it was more because I enjoyed Mike Awesome in the ring.
Yeah.
A big guy that flew like a cruiserweight.
I was just going to say, Mike Awesome was interesting because he was a well-built, fairly large man, and he could fly around that ring like he had wings. He was one of the first people of that size I actually ever saw do that, and it was like a very awing moment. Because it's not like I got to see Andre the Giant do it live or anything like that, but I did get to see Mike Awesome though. Andre the Giant, when he was younger, even though he was so large, he could actually do moonsaults and a whole bunch of other things off the top ropes. It was absolute insanity.
Wow.
Yeah, he was very athletic, very agile. So,
but
oh, by the way, the betting lines are open. So you can now place your bets on the match. Who you think is going to win the Archivers World Heavyweight Championship? Damien, Fat Lad, Vader, or the Wanderer? We're going to find out. It is time to get the show on the go. Let's go.
I had to go with the Wanderer.
I'm going with the reigning defending champion just because he's been on such a tear. Just because he's been on such a tear.
Well, if the Wanderer wasn't in this, I would have went with the Nightmare. But
here comes the Mastodon.
A Mastodon.
The Wanderer has done too much. But as I was saying,
and the Wanderer is like a sleeping beast too. You don't want to poke the bear.
But now he was my guy, Awesome, so maneuverable and agile. But then he also had that devastating power bomb. That super atomic drop he did once in a while.
For a while they called that the Awesome Bomb.
Yeah. He had everything, He had the full package. I won't say the total package because that's a totally another person.
He kind of did though. There's a lot of people you could refer to as a total package. Look at The Rock. Just Lex Luger actually utilized the slogan, right? So, but there's many people that you can think of that you would consider a total package in wrestling.
Oh yeah, but since that was actually what Lex Luger went by in WCW. The total package.
He did in WWF too.
Yeah, I guess he did. But, alright. Up next, we have 7.
Yeah. So I hated the name and stuff, but it was cool. I'll be honest, it was cool. I maybe unpopular opinion, I don't know, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would have worked, if they could have made that one work. I personally didn't care for it too much. But it is Dustin Rhodes, so
Yeah, that about says it all, really.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to the next one here. The Dungeon of Doom. May sound crazy, but they had a very cool name to build on. The idea of a pack of monster heels going after Hulk Hogan was sound. It was the execution that sucked.
Time.
The former Earthquake, Giant, Kamala, Mang, and even Ed Leslie, which is the only one I'm not recognizing off the top of my head, united against Hulk Hogan might have worked. Except WCW had them as folks like the Shark and Zodiac, and then cartoonish stuff from monster truck battles to bad cage matches. Drop the dumber aspects and make them more ruthless, going after Hogan and other faces, and the dungeon could have been the monster force WCW wanted.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is there to say? I mean, what they wrote there was not wrong.
No. And I'm just going to look him up. Oh! Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh, yeah. That's not that's just not the name he went by in WCW.
Yeah. So yeah, that is pure talent right there. You know? You got the Earthquake, who was obviously amazing in that ring, especially for a man as big as he was.
I was just gonna say he was a very large man, and he was one of the first guys I saw that was like that large that could move that fast.
Yeah. You know, you got the Giant, who most people would recognize as the Big Show. You got Kamala, another large man, but great in that ring. You got Meng, who, you know, what else do you have to say about Meng? Then Meng.
Exactly, that says it all. If you don't know who that is, definitely look up Meng. I mean, he didn't go by the name Meng in WWE, but...
Hold on. Most people probably recognize his name as Haku.
King Haku.
You know. Yeah, or King Tonga.
That too. The Archivers World Heavyweight Champion making his way to the ring. And interestingly enough, we also have the TWA World Heavyweight Champion in the matchup here tonight. I mean, if Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn from Team Dogface is able to become victorious here tonight, he becomes a double champion. But it is a tall mountain to climb, and a scary one, not to mention the adventure of trying to take the championship from the Nightmare Damien.
With this championship title in play, you can expect this match to be something special.
All right. So, up next is one that, I don't know, I thought they worked pretty good for the time frame. You know, they didn't have too long before
it's all about extending your
it was about dead, so
pinfalls and submissions
that's
are
3
not going to
counts.
be easy to come by.
That's right, because once a fall is scored,
Yeah.
the match
What was it?
is over.
At
That's
3
why
count?
key to success
Oh, yeah,
in a
okay.
It
fatal
actually says
four-way is
the key
being
issue
in
of
the
3
right
count was
place
the timing.
at the right time.
The idea of making fun of boy bands was sound, and Shannon Moore, Shane Helms, and Evan Cargus,
Upside
which
down in a
I'm not
tree of woe,
totally familiar with
and
him
able to
off
beat
the top of my
Vader with a
head.
punch.
Set up with a tree of
but-
woe, driving those knees into
were
the abdomen.
actually, they're a great team, and they worked very well together.
And another just non-stop
I think that was the issue.
Springboard misses
Yeah,
the
the
target.
dancing and claims of a hit record were a distraction. It wasn't helped that around this time, Too Cool and Rikishi got hot with wrestling fans as the goofy dancing trio.
Must be aware that they can find themselves in
But
some
3
of the
Cool developed
handicap
into something
match
more
alliance.
fun with the gimmick and delivered some great matches, even if they never won the tag titles.
Strong kick out of 2
Yeah.
from the champion.
A long two
But
and a half in the waning
WCW
moments of
should
this
have kept
match.
it up, as the boy band
Able to
deserves some
interrupt
gold
the
with their
attack.
antics.
Yeah.
And,
I
of
see.
course,
I was
Sugar
never
Ray.
a fan of the whole quote unquote boy band trios or factions.
Hoisted up. Incredible power slam.
But, you know, Shane Helms, if you're not familiar, is best known as the Hurricane. Though it was also called Sugar Shane Helms.
Who the Archivers just signed not too long ago, by the way.
Challenger's a little worse for wear now.
Awesome. You know, of course,
Technically
Shannon Moore-
speaking, I believe
Avoids that.
he signed with WCW, but
Hurled away. God.
Shoulders down. Championship on the line.
There we go.
Chop.
Okay, yeah, I was looking to see if he maybe went for another name people would recognize.
Yep.
But not really, doesn't look like it.
This is
For Evan Karagias.
for the championship.
But,
He counters right back on Vader. The champ with a surprisingly
oh, he also went by
quick
Evan
kick out.
Courageous, which,
But it looks now a pin for the championship.
all right.
Title still hangs in the balance. Almost
Up next is
inhuman
the
at this
Artist.
point. Oh my!
Common problem with many of these gimmicks is they weren't bad ideas, just the wrong person. In the late 90s, music icon Prince changed his name to a symbol and the Artist.
Yeah.
So WCW took a forgotten mid-carder, Prince Laukia, and made him the Artist as well.
Missed timing with that springboard.
Laukia was a good worker, but in no way could he have pulled off the act of a sexy music guy. He was chosen just for the Prince connection. While the Artist itself was a fun gimmick, that in someone else's hands could have been a fun spark to some shows.
Another German.
I was thinking there was another name for him, so we'll have to...
What a throw. Uh-oh. New champion.
Yeah.
He kicks out before the count starts. Right now, I just don't
Man, the Wanderer just about picked up a near fall here.
Knees meet face. The challenger being outclassed here. Holding on by a thread.
So far, this has been a fantastic matchup. Mitchell Vaughn just busted open Vader. And always got a pinfall attempt here by Vader, but thwarted by Damien.
Sharp elbows to the body, looking to fight his way
I
out.
really don't see a name.
He leaves the ring and there's no countouts in this one.
They're listing it as Mike Hayner,
Tough position
Prince
to be caught
Laukia,
in here.
and the Tongan Prince.
And he'll come back from under
The
the
names he
apron.
went by.
Man, oh man, the Nightmare Damien and Kyle Brewer have not left each other's side since the bell rang. They have been dance partners since the get-go. Not that I think Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn minds. He seems to be having a good old time fighting it out with Vader in the ring. He is having a good time in there. That is scary, too. It's always scary watching. Because Mitchell Vaughn, Team Christian Cool really likes Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn. And I think one of the reasons is he's so vicious. He just shows up in a scrappy mood every single night, ready to go, pulls out all the stops, makes sure he puts on a good show. I mean, he's the TWA World Heavyweight Champion for a reason, right? So, but that's one aspect I do agree with Team Christian Cool, is Team Dogface has a hell of a superstar as a client.
Not in a great place. Yeah, this fatal four-way has certainly taken its toll.
All right, this next one,
back suplex, no.
I completely agree with what they have to say.
A point where these superstars must be hurt, must be
That's the Black Scorpion.
And who's going to find a way to capitalize on that
The first misstep with the Black Scorpion was that WCW began a mystery with no idea of an outcome.
Look at this hop.
After Sting won the world title in 1990, he was stalked by a mystery figure who hinted he was someone from Sting's past wanting revenge.
Double leg takedown, step through, looking for a submission here.
A major issue is WCW deciding this sinister heel should do magic tricks on the audience rather than attacking Sting.
And the
There
champion
was
finally ready to put this one away.
there was also how they really had no idea who would be under the mask. At the end, they had to talk Ric Flair into posing as the Scorpion as a weird mind game. Someone else under the mask and cutting out the lamer bits could have made the Scorpion a darker foe for Sting's first reign.
The title might change hands.
You know, I agree with that. You know,
Well,
He takes control.
yeah,
Each superstar trying to stay a step ahead.
I guess I can't really argue that, no.
Check out this big powerbomb.
next we have Berlin. Alex Wright had some success as Das Wunderkind
Look at this.
with runs as TV, Cruiserweight, and Tag Team Champion.
That is reckless.
But he was better known for his male model looks and bad dancing. In 1999, he remade himself into Berlin, boasting a tougher attitude and leather coats and a new arrogant attitude.
Wow! Holy shit! The Nightmare Damien got preoccupied with Vader and didn't pay attention at all
This one was no exception.
to the other gentleman in the ring. Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn just took out Kyle Brewer. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Archerverse World Heavyweight Champion, and is now the double champion of the Archerverse. He is the TWA World Heavyweight Champion and the Archerverse World Heavyweight Champion, Fat Lad Mitchell Vaughn. Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I didn't either, actually.
My money was on Damien.
Yeah,
Tonight
that was
is definitely
Brewer.
a night to celebrate, but let's not lose sight of the fact they have a long
Team
road ahead of them
Dogface
now.
will be very excited.
Lucky.
Oh, come on, Corey.
I'll make sure I send him a message later.
We've got a new champion.
All right, that was the main event of the main card. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is on to the dark match main event of the evening. And this one is going to be a slobber knocker. Yokozuna, Andre the Giant, and the one Elijah Archer are going to hook it up inside 4 sides of steel. Now, this is no regular cage match. This is an Archerverse lockdown match. A Trinado lockdown match. The only way to win, pin, submit, or knock out your opponent. That is the next match of the night. That is the dark match main event. And we're going to get the betting line open for that in just a moment.
Welcome to the Archer Get Squished match.
Archer gets squished match. All right, I should put out who makes it out alive.
Okay, and I'm going to just finish off this list right here with Glacier.
Oh my God. I was not a fan of that one.
Glacier was not a bad idea. Ninjas are automatically cool, and Mortal Kombat video game fighting craze of the 90s was hot at the time. He even looked amazing in the outfit and the look, which he did. You know, he had that look. The problem was when he actually wrestled, it became clear how bad he was.
Yeah.
But with a different person, one with actual martial arts training, it could have been better. They also could have fed him with more jobbers to show his skills, build him as a truly deadly warrior rather than relegated to mid-card fodder. With a different person and a push, Glacier could truly
fodder is
cool
putting
star.
it gently.
First true
Yeah.
giant
Yeah, you know,
in the history of the WWE.
I loved his entrance.
The
I'll admit I
eighth
loved the
wonder
entrance.
of the world.
That's an understatement,
And then I
Saxton.
turned the channel
Andre
till the
makes
end of the
grown
match.
men look like children.
But, you know, the character had such potential.
Yeah, I kind of did, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was too cheesy. I wasn't a fan. I really wasn't. While these guys are making their way to the ring, I do have to use the bathroom quickly, so I will be right back. Glenola, let me know if you find anything else interesting that we can tear apart. It's still early in the evening. I might entertain one final match after this, if anybody can think of one. We shall see. We'll see how long this match goes, but it is, Glenola, if I'm not mistaken, is still kind of early, isn't it?
12-6, well, it'd be 1:16 your time.
Yeah, so we may have time for maybe one more match. We shall see. It's been a while since we had a second dark match, but before we finish that discussion, I do have to bleed the bladder, so BRB.
All right.
Let's go!
I was saying before I was muted, you know, Archer dancing is ghastly.
One of the challenging aspects of a steel cage match is you have to play offense and defense at the same time.
Victory can be achieved by pinfall, submission, or escape. And the unforgiving cage can tear you to shreds in the process.
That's why I say do unto others before they do unto you, especially in a cage match.
I have returned.
Welcome
Take
back.
a good look at a real
And I see the matchup has already begun. I thought the entrances would have lasted a little longer. I forgot Andre and Yokozuna don't exactly have elongated entrances.
Yeah,
And here we go, though.
Oh! Watch Archer dance.
Any words of wisdom for a competitor trapped inside?
Archer looking to be whole. Oh, he got bitch slapped by Yokozuna. That is ghastly. San Martino versus Ironman out for blood. Ooh, Ironman going to take a little of his frustrations out on Kevin San Martino. I mean, the rumor has it there's a rift in the coalition right now.
Oh, you can tell
The
he's
rumor I've
feeling
been
it
hearing.
now.
I've heard the same thing. I mean, I have no nothing to validify that, but
And it's reverse pain for that mistake.
oh, springboard headbutt right to the face. Archer's looking to bust open Andre the Giant.
Enough already.
Perhaps thinking about what to do
Yokozuna
next
looking to
here.
bust open Archer, though, apparently.
Trying to fight their way out of harm's way.
Come on, Archer, let's go.
To the jaw.
He is truly feeling it right now.
Oh,
That's what he should.
corkscrew elbow. Couldn't bust open the big man, though.
Now he's been put on the defensive.
Man, Archer's looking good in there.
DDT. Caught with a lariat. Boom, right in the button. Yokozuna saw it coming.
Here comes Andre back into the mix.
Blows right to the
Oh, they're
body.
teaming up. That is ghastly. Look at this. That is so unfair.
Ooh, twist to the arm and then an elbow right to the shoulder.
Well, the teaming up shortly. Look at that. Andre's gonna. No, Yokozuna with a big elbow to Andre. Archer wisely stepping out of that title or out of that picture.
Talk about dismantling your opponent.
Oh, that was really close to the no-no square right there.
Cranking the arm.
And a kick.
I mean, the unnecessary brutality.
What's coming next?
I think Archer forgot about the barbed wire. He's trying to climb out.
I think so too. That's not going to work.
Ref, come on, ref. You can't allow that.
So I think it would be more fun if we replace that with the electric fence.
And there's the breakup.
Wow, barely even a one count. Let's talk about a slow count right there.
Pulled in from belly to belly. And shoulders are down. Kicks out on the pinfall attempt.
I think this match still has a ways to go. And now he's giving you all another chance to simply take it all in.
Painful attack focused on the chest.
Andre gets reversed.
Man.
Hammerlock. Uh-oh.
Oh!
That could do permanent
Snaps back the
damage.
arm of Andre there.
Has it hooked. It's time
Damn,
to
rolling cutter. Covers him up, gets that big
goes into the pin.
giant leg, but Andre breaks that up quick.
He's got the answer for that one. This match's brutality starting to show on him.
Yeah, this has been grueling.
Oh, big club right across the chest of Yokozuna.
Oh, this isn't pretty.
Big time corkscrew forearm.
Damn.
Shin breaker.
Oh, this is pretty
Look at Andre just, oh, he stepped on him. That was absolutely ghastly.
DDT. Caught the leg.
And Andre
Andre just totally overpowers him. Wow, he AKO'd him.
The Giant's in serious danger. 2.
He stays alive.
Oh, he kicked out. That was close. That was a near fall right there. Archer just about pulled it off.
And the heaviest hitter in the arsenal was not enough. Yokozuna turns it around.
Boom, running FTO plants him. Nicely done.
Terrifying.
We are beginning to reach a point of desperation in this match.
These athletes' bodies can only take them so far. You have to imagine they're reaching their breaking point. Oh, yeah. Let's just all take a moment to truly appreciate and embrace his presence.
Dropped him face first right on the top turnbuckle.
Just stomping down. Wow, what a strike to the back.
That was like the equivalent of a big baseball bat going across the Yokozuna's spine right there.
Forcefully delivered. Look at him. Pride and poise personified. Catches a punch.
He is just completely...
Archer unleashing with a barrage of strikes, but
as good as he's getting right
the
about
two
now.
big behemoths.
What energy in this arena tonight.
I'm getting goosebumps.
The numbers game is just too much here.
And he stops the count.
I mean, if Archer's able to pull this,
Man, that's a
busted
nasty
open
gash on
Andre.
Andre the Giant.
Is he going to do it? Oh, shoulder breaker.
Boom, running FTO plants. Nicely done.
I actually thought you would win by KO, but apparently not in this one.
Stretching out the knee.
Submission and pinfall only, I guess.
Oof.
Yokozuna gets countered. Snapmare. Followed up by an elbow. He's going for the pin. This could be it. He kicks out at 2.
Wow, Yokozuna still kicking out.
All reasoning.
Oh, what a
AKO! And Archer knocked him out.
Getting up from that one, so it's called.
So I guess by making your opponent bleed isn't good enough. You actually have to knock them out. But look at that. The winner of the match, the one Elijah Archer. Wow.
We have a winner, or at least what's left of one.
Celebrating now.
And I got to tell you, even I am shocked by that one.
I cannot even imagine how any of these men feel after a match like
I
that.
think Archer should be getting a U.S. title shot tomorrow night. I think he should. He can't get a Canadian heavyweight title shot because Poindexter will be busy, but he can challenge Christian Hart, though. He can challenge Christian Hart. All right. That is it. That is all for the Archerverse War Zone tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. TWA Free Spirit. Our celebration of pride with our community tomorrow night. It is going to be a grand event. It is going to be a lot of fun with a lot of great people. We're going to have some great matches. We're going to have 4 matches that are going to be featured for LGBT, and then of course we have 6 other matches in TWA. Titles will be on the line all night long. It is going to be an extravaganza. You don't want to miss it. But the night is not over yet, because we have a dark match request, because Team Glenola would like to see Kevin Sammartino start to pay for a little bit of his actions. He's going to throw him in there against Jason Ironman, and we know Jason Ironman has been very frustrated with not just the antics of Archer lately, although we might be fairly impressed with him this evening. But that said, generally speaking, not too impressed. And with Sammartino, he's never been a fan of Kevin Sammartino, and everything that's been going on with the Blood Brothers and the Circle and everything that has been a culmination of things that have transpired because of things that Kevin Sammartino has done or said, or broke into somebody's locker room and started mouthing them off. I mean, it's just been one big bunch of chaos when it comes to the coalition lately. So, all right, so, whoops. It is an out for blood match between Jason Ironman from the Coalition, the original partner in crime of the one Elijah Archer, of course, versus Kevin Sammartino, the third member of the Coalition, in a grudge match to burn off a little frustration from things that have transpired over the recent or the past few weeks. All right, here we go. Grudge match time. Are you ready? It is showtime and go time. All right, who do you guys got with this one? Sammartino or Jason Ironman? Out for blood. The entire Coalition is going to be out there. What do you think, Alola? You made the match. Who do you think's taking this one home?
I'm going with Jason Ironman, but it's been a while since I've seen Ironman in the ring, you know?
It has been a while. I mean, it's been a little over a week since he's competed in singles competition, and he did right before that when he made his return. It was in that six-man tag team matchup. But yeah, so it's been a hot minute since he's really been in the ring in singles competition, much less having to face his own teammate.
From what I've seen on the promos, I ain't sure he counts him as a teammate.
I know you're not wrong about that. All right, so who walks out with the W, Ironman or Sammartino? It's an out for blood match.
The following contest is a first blood match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Coalition, from Authority Megacorp headquarters, weighing in at 252 pounds, the Savior, Kevin Sammartino.
This is a match
the self-proclaimed Savior.
And they are excited to finally get it. He said he'll steal the show here tonight, and he looks more than ready to deliver on that promise.
All right.
Here comes trouble.
And here comes Jason Ironman, the total package. It's actually been a hot minute since we've seen those two tag team together either.
Coalition from Vancouver, British Columbia.
So not just seeing him in singles competition, but seeing him in tag team competition just with Archer. I mean, it's been the Archer and Sammartino show for so long now.
Hey, where's the horse?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what horse?
The high horse this superstar always seems to be on.
Did Jerry Lawler write that line for you?
All right, here we go. Jason Ironman versus Kevin Sammartino. Out for blood. And then that will wrap up episode number 338 here at the Archiverse. We'll see each other tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a very, very special evening, a celebration with the community. TWA Free Spirit is going to be a thrill ride you won't soon forget.
Finally comes out.
There he goes, right into the corner.
Oh, that was a big knife edge chop. Damn.
A slam. Alabama style.
Ironman not wasting any time at all and not pulling any punches, Glenola.
High reward situation. From the top.
Oh, drove his own elbow into the canvas there, though.
He's returning fire. Able to reverse that one. All measured up. Ah, drop kick to the spine. Producing a trampling. Byron, a match like this is when we see how merciless someone can be. What will this come down to?
This is about who can weather the storm. A superstar can attack at will here.
They know each other so well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a struggle for control and a very interesting contest.
There are no limits here, and it can be chilling to see the lengths someone's willing to go to destroy another human being. And by chilling, I mean beautiful.
A picture-perfect moonsault.
Nice standing moonsault there by Sammartino, showing off a little bit.
Caught with a punch.
Able to evade.
Oh, big boot by Ironman, though.
Wrapping the arm, crossface submission is applied.
Well, this isn't going to win the...
Trying to fight the crossface.
Yeah, he can't win the match that way, but he can certainly wear him down.
Breaks the hold. He'll take things into the ring.
Sky high.
Big power bomb.
He's taking some good hits.
Kick to the gut.
Double under. Future shot.
Wow. Vicious future shock DDT there by Sammartino.
The arm absorbing the damage.
Rolling neck snap.
Oh my God. Springboard moonsault.
Wow. So much.
Hold on a second. Could be a matter of time. Submission being locked in.
Targeting the shoulder with the claw. This
Escape and
Nice reversal by Ironman. Takes the legs right out from underneath Sammartino, who up until then was in full control.
Flipping the script on him there.
Again, these guys know each other so well. He just ran across his spine.
He's heading up top.
Thinking big. From the top. Double.
Oh, double foot stomp.
Oh my God. The springboard attack.
Big man got out of the way that time, though. And out of nowhere, with a savior kick by Kevin Sammartino, and another one, and busted him wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Out for Blood match, representing the coalition, the self-proclaimed savior of the Archiverse, Kevin Sammartino. And that is going to make for a very interesting conversation in the locker room later. I would love to be a fly on the wall. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all for episode number 338 here at the Archiverse. Again, we'll see you tomorrow night. It's going to be a thrill ride, an extravaganza, a spectacle, and anything else under the sun you can think of. Tomorrow night, we celebrate Pride with our community. TWA Free Spirit is going to be an extravaganza, 10 matches. We're going to have 4 matches featured with the LGBT, and of course we got 6 other matches also featuring champions throughout TWA Wrestle Kingdom, and they're going to have their titles on the line. It's going to be a night of pure, non-stop, all elite wrestling, professional wrestling action, and an absolute pure fire evening with a bunch of great people. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for being here. Peace out. Have a great evening.
Night, everybody.